arbitrary pedophile?
I need options, man.
That was good. I don't care what you say.
Polygamy is definitely my next venture.
Oh,
I can't deal with one.
Oh, fuck that. You need more, man. You need
No.
multiple.
I'm not sure it's a need factor. It's more of a man. Next on Andrew Tate. You can't open it yet. Come to you live from We the People Podcast Network. I want to welcome you to this week's Politically Correcting Podcast. My co-hosts, Lavelle Lewis, Dan from the streets.
We're back.
Austin on the ones and twos.
Hello.
And we have a very special guest tonight. The first two-timer on our show, Miss Lovely Michelle Keisha.
She is definitely.
Are you on the camera yet?
Easy with the lovely.
Yeah,
Lovely.
you can't say that in Rochester. Come
Whoa.
on.
Not warning you.
That's a slur.
Whoa.
All right.
She's
Everyone.
cool with me.
That's
Lovely.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone get your drinks out. Yeah, right. And let's toast to the ability for most of us to be able to have a drink with another person and have open and honest dialogue and being able to walk away still being friends. Salud.
Cheers.
Who's the most?
The most.
You said most of us.
We have people that watch that don't tend to be on par with our conversations or our level of humanity. Well, speaking of that, the verse of the week is Romans 12:12. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. I truly believe our listeners, our beautiful listeners, and those who follow our amazing podcast are not conformed to this world, and their minds have been renewed by seeing what the devil has to offer and choose differently. Even if you are not a believer, God believes in you and is using you to open up the eyes of others. But I want to focus on the second part of the verse, the part where it says that by testing, you may discern what is the will of God. Discernment means to distinguish, to separate out by diligent search, to examine what is truth. God wants us to test his word to that of the world. He wants to prove that his word gives true life and that man cannot truly live by bread alone. Once we see that the Bible teaches truths that overrule what some today would call their truths, right? You're just speaking your truths. Only then do we have a discerning mind, which demonstrates wisdom and insight that goes beyond what is simply seen and heard. That's the verse of the week. We're going to jump right into what you should be seeing and discerning as what is actually happening in this world. And I've said this many, many times before. Thank God for Project Veritas. Pull up the video, please. We're going to jump right into the daily conspiracy theory, which is what we've been saying for a very long time. Many of us have been saying for a very long time, which is they are indoctrinating our kids in schools. This is Project Veritas catching a vice principal of a very big school, speaking exactly on how the schools do it. Let's let him speak for himself here.
So if you find out someone is Catholic, then what?
Teaching them how to think. That's it. Doesn't matter what they think about it. If they think about it in a logical, progressive way, that becomes their habit.
So you kind of like veered onto thinking a more liberal way.
Believe it or not, hopefully the more progressive teachers are actually more savvy about delivering a democratic message without really ever mentioning politics. It's subtle. They'll never say, oh, this is a liberal or a democratic way of doing this. You'll just make that the norm. This is how we handle things. It's subtle.
And that's how you get away with it?
That's how you do it.
And how do you make sure the parents don't find out?
They can find out, so long as you never mention politics.
And then later down the line, you're going to vote Democrat. And you will have done a great service to our country.
All right.
Wonder what number cocktail that was for that guy to start spilling this.
I mean, I can do without the ominous music in the background too. Like you're talking about propaganda, but also I'm just saying, let me come at
Absolutely. No, absolutely. There is some sense of Austin in the background over here doing his ones and twos thing on the video. Absolutely. But what he's saying is exactly what we've been saying all along, is that they are simply hiring teachers that fall in line with the liberal progressive narrative of teaching our kids what to think. And he himself said specifically that he's not hiring anyone that that are Catholics first and foremost. But if we skip to the 3 minute and 49-second mark here, he's gonna dive even deeper into it.
Great.
Individual or not.
How can you figure out who's conservative and who's progressive?
It comes down to the stories. So typically an interview is 30 minutes, which is not a long time. So you got to be very specific about the questions. So I've developed a set of questions that I use for almost all my interviews, and it's all leading them to tell a story.
So then what do you do with them? Like if they're applying for a job?
You interview them, and you call them in a few days and say, sorry, we moved forward with another candidate.
So like you would.
I haven't hired one yet.
Haven't hired a
would you have
conservative yet.
anything?
I don't think so. It's just that stuck mindset. I need a growth mindset. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think one of the questions that I might start including is something about transgender students are effective. Was it
Yeah.
if you end up with a student that's non-binary, tell me how you approach that student. So that's a new question.
So what's the correct answer to that?
You treat the student with respect, you to educate that student, they get to choose however they want to identify. That way to support them.
Right. And if someone gives the opposite answer and they're in support of, or they're not in support of transgender.
Yeah. So if you get somebody who's hardcore religious, hardcore conservative, they would probably say something detrimental to the fact. I don't think kids we didn't have enough knowledge to make decisions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If people
All right.
knew that you like didn't hire.
So he doesn't outwardly say, we don't, well, he does literally, but he doesn't stop people from applying or even going through the job interview process. He just asks the right questions to see where their political leaning is. And I mean, as a female, what do you think about a principal at a school stating out loud what he just did?
Right. Well, I don't think it matters if you're male or female, and I don't have any children, so I don't have any skin in the game. But
You have skin in the game.
I certainly would be
grown adult.
scrutinizing everything in the schools right now. I mean, if people aren't awake to what's been happening, I've attended school board meetings over the last year, and I don't even have kids, and it's they're not hiding it. So it's out there, and bravo Project Veritas, but you don't need them to go out there and actually see, these.
But now they
people
can prove it.
Stood up and read, straight from the books that are in the libraries, allowed to school boards.
And they stopped them.
They're cringing, right?
Yeah,
can't
they
even
stopped them and
handle
say,
it,
we can't stop
but
talking
hey,
about
have
that.
your kid, go pull that out. I don't know.
Dan, you're a father.
Yeah, but what was wrong with his correct answer, quote unquote? So the first two, right? You're there to educate. You're there to support the student. I think was the first two. There was one that was like, you can choose to identify however, well, whatever. That's garbage.
Right.
But the first two, that's kind of right.
It's not wrong. So that's how they do it. Is it's not wrong. But if a student comes up to you who's, in ninth grade and they weigh 50 pounds because they're throwing up in the bathroom and they say, I feel like I'm fat. Was the teacher saying that? You still respect them. You still understand. You show empathy, but you don't sit there and say, yeah, you're fat.
Could.
You could. Right. You could.
Good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's an
news.
option. It's on the table, but also this is how they get you, right? It's just that because as I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, that's not bad. It's like they just they're like sniped in there,
Right.
Well,
Well, it's the
So-
little things, right? They sneak it in with just a little. What do you mean? It's not that bad. We're saying that we respect the child's decision to be who they want to be. Yeah. Well, to a certain extent, it's got to feel like you have kids who are in school. Like, how would you feel?
I mean, I've already been noticing a lot of the indoctrination ever since Common Core went into place.
Right.
You know, just all the way down to how they kind of test our kids and put them in different categories based off of numbers from kindergarten up until, you know, they get out of school. You don't even, a lot of these kids' brains don't even develop, you know, in the early portion of their, you know, school days. But the thing that was just alarming to me is just how they have a system in place to where they can actually screen a particular type of teacher based off of their political, you know, views. And if it's happening in school, it's happening in, you know, jobs. And I mean, you want to talk about anything that's systemic. This is pretty systemic right here, pretty deliberate.
Right. And I can clearly see that this is just one, you know, vice principal in one high school. So we can't extrapolate that to every high school out there or every junior high or every school in general. But what we have been saying, what many of us have been saying for a long time, is that they're indoctrinating a certain ideology into our kids. And we're seeing it come into play now after we've had the college generation go through, the high school to college generation have gone through, who feel this huge animosity towards, you know, certain groups that they feel are in a hierarchy, who are oppressing others. We see that, we speak on it, and now we see it in action where they are blatantly stating, we are hiring a specific ideology to indoctrinate the kids with that same ideology, because that conservative mindset is for the dark ages. It's for the dinosaurs. Well, they keep saying that. And I'm not one to disparage, you know, the conservatives or you know, as long as they're not radical. That's who I go after are the radicals, both on the left and right. There's some fucking radicals on the right. Let's be honest here. But people have different ideologies. They were raised differently. I know a lot of conservatives because I was raised in the church. I went to church 3 times a week. Of course, I'm gonna know a bunch of freaking conservatives. I'm gonna have some conservative views of my own, as well as I believe that a lot of people in our city do too, because a lot of our city goes to church. There's a lot of churches that is located in our inner city that is, you know, low income. That's usually tends to be where a lot of the churches kind of congregate. It's kind of like Planned Parenthood. But it's not that we shouldn't allow kids to think one way or another. In my opinion, I want my kid to be taught how to think, to discern, like we discussed before, and to use critical thinking. That was one of my favorite classes in college, was critical thinking. It was, you need to read between the lines to see what they're trying to tell you and trying to push you in one scope, and then decide for yourself what your morals are, where your ideologies are, where you stand on a topic by, you know, looking into it and figuring out where you stand, and then, you know, be able to counteract when someone comes at you with this dogma, or, you know, dogma in the religious views, or the propaganda and the societal views. So I'm not a big fan of what's happening in our schools.
Just to kind of add to it, and, you know, hopefully, you know, I don't know if it'll ever change or swing back to another, you know, a more middle ground when it comes to politics and just how we treat each other. The indoctrination doesn't stop at school. It goes on to, is when they get home and watch TV. It's the same thing. I'm watching
YouTube.
Oh my
TikTok.
gosh, I'm watching the Stephen Colbert show last night, and I don't know.
God.
Yeah, what made me do it was just like, fuck, I'm up. Let me see how bad this shit is. Right. It was really bad. Like, there's the governor race in Pennsylvania, and you got Dr. Oz running, and you have the, you know, the liberal guy who's running, who's looked like a blue collar everyday Joe Schmo. As soon as they show this guy, the guy in the left picture, the crowd goes wild. But then they show Dr. Oz, the crowd boos.
Right.
And
Dr. Oz was on all the daytime shows forever. Never got a boo.
Yeah, and they're just talking about how bad he was, only because he's a conservative, not about any of his, you know, his policies or anything he wants to do for the state of Pennsylvania. And then they made it seem like, you know, oh, well, you're not from here and he's down double digits, so he has no chance. And I'm just thinking, like, what if, you know, a kid was to watch that? They're automatically seeing.
And that guy has lived in his parents' basement.
Literally. Yeah,
right?
He's just a regular
Democrat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh,
no, there's no real, like, nothing that jumps out at you that this guy can bring something
never held a
new.
job. He's just been a trust fund.
Yeah. So when they're not even, you know, voting or rallying behind anybody off of any merit. They're just going off of, just what they're being told to do. And that's dangerous, man.
Right. Well, speaking of the teachers, we do have a lawsuit that was just settled. Got the teacher pronoun lawsuit.
What?
The teacher was fired for not adhering to this young child's pronouns that he wished to have for himself. Do we have that article there? Nope.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. That's going to come up later, though. But this teacher got fired for not adhering to the pronouns, which we've seen multiple times where, remember that teacher that wouldn't refer to the kid as like a cat, wouldn't meow back at the kid or something like that? But this teacher suspended for not using students he, him pronouns gets $95,000 from Kansas district. This is exactly what needs to happen in our school district is we need, and this is what they don't want. They don't want teachers filing lawsuits against school districts because of their religious backgrounds. That's exactly what this teacher said. It's against my religious beliefs to call someone what they're not. I don't understand how that's against their religious beliefs, to be honest. But I can see how it's against like their humanity belief. Like it's wrong. And if I'm a teacher, I'm not teaching kids right from wrong, but I'm not teaching them untruths, right? I'm not teaching them lies. I'm teaching them what I'm there to teach them. I'm not there to freaking call you by your whatever pronouns. I don't know. What do you guys think?
But to your point, right now that it's been indoctrinated, it's already come through college. Now it's in the workplace, right?
Mhm.
So now we go to work and we have to deal with this. And somewhere it needs to stop. It's just not, I don't care if you identify as a lima bean, God bless, you live in America and,
Right.
and you have that right to,
Right.
but we don't all have to, change our,
We don't need to live in your reality.
no,
A lima bean.
no, but rock on with your bad lima bean self.
Yeah, sure. Have at it.
Can you imagine getting pulled into the HR office? Michelle refuses to call me lima bean, and it's hurtful.
Lima bean self needs to go to the restroom.
There.
I have some pretty candid conversations
It's
with
scary.
my HR department. I won't take a knee to that. That's
Yeah. Do you want to
not-
speak on that? I don't know if you want to speak on
Go
that.
ahead.
It's all right. We can keep going.
No, I mean, I think that
Because the abortion thing was brought up, wasn't it?
every gaslighting topic
Hmm.
out there has been brought up, and I'm standing up against it, and I
Hmm.
have every right to, just like they feel they have a
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I think people are too afraid to do that, right?
Mhm.
And it started with vaccinations, which in my case that's not part of the fold, but everybody's afraid either to be targeted at their job, at their home, right? Fly an
Mhm.
American flag 3 years ago and somebody was gonna do vandalize or a blue line flag or
Mhm.
and it's time to not be afraid because you're not doing anything wrong,
Right.
Yeah.
right? You can stand up for your own beliefs because you're allowed just as right. And there are times and places where things should be talked about. And when you're at work, these things don't fall into line with my job.
Right.
Roe versus Wade, that does no bearing on where I work. To me, that's a gaslighting, and including encouraging people to vote. That's an issue to me, and I think I have every right to bring that forward, and I did, and I was able to do that freely. I didn't feel uncomfortable doing that, and I encourage more people to do it and not
Yeah.
be afraid.
Yeah. How whack is our country though? Like we were fucking flying Ukraine flags left and right before our own, and people were standing up for Ukraine in their own fucking country.
They still have it on their profile
They
picture.
still
Like
do.
they had
And
the.
my favorite part about that is if I'm reading comments, which I try not, I'm not a commenter, but and I read
Yeah.
them, I'm like, that's so crazy. And look at your profile. And there's two common, well, I'd say the Ukraine flag
Mm-hmm.
and cats.
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 Cats are some
It's a
bad
theme.
motherfuckers, man. Cats are bad.
What I hated
I
was a
understand that.
profile picture that said, I got my vaccine.
Oh, the vaccine joints.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
that. And we're gonna, since you brought up COVID vaccine, we're gonna jump right into the
Ooh, yeah.
daily COVID update.
Ooh, 'cause
New
I got
York-
definitely to add to this.
New York COVID cases. This is still a thing. Like this was actually brought up
Yeah.
the fact that we're still doing like online Zoom meetings for city council, and I said they brought up the emergency order. I'm like, how is this still an emergency order? How are we still in an emergency at this point when even the CDC themselves updated their own guidelines to basically say it's the flu or treat it as if the flu? Like, it's ridiculous. Well, New York COVID cases, they fall. They have fallen 6%. But infections rise in parts of upstate as back to school looms. Did you expect exactly that? Because I feel like I saw that coming from a mile away.
Well, it's clear that Kathy Hochul didn't expect it by those eyebrows. She's very surprised.
She got them Pelosi brows.
I know.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yo, you know what I saw too on TV? I don't watch TV a lot at all, ever. Like, I'm just sitting up watching TV, scrolling through fucking cable, which I never do. The Pfizer vaccine commercial, right?
Mhm.
As they're talking about the vaccine, they're talking about common side effects. And if you have any allergic reaction, don't take the vaccine, or it can cause heart inflammation and other issues. And they're talking about for kids. This
Mhm.
was the kid vaccine. On 9 million kids got the vaccination. And after the CDC just put out, if your kid tests positive for COVID, so what? Send his ass to school.
Well, if they're exposed to COVID, they no
If they're
longer need to
exposed, they don't have to
quarantine,
quarantine, They can still
regardless
go to
of
school.
vaccination status.
Yeah, regardless of that.
But they are talking about bringing the booster for the Omicron subvariant BA.5. They're talking about approving the booster.
But I thought there were no side effects, Jose.
But not only that, if people were educated, and people are gonna say, why would you educate yourself on this? Just talk to your doctor. Cool. Yeah, talk to your doctor. Ask them about the trials on the Omicron subvariant BA.5 COVID booster. They haven't done it on people. They've only gotten approved to do it on mice. That's it. There has been no human approval for this.
We're all rats anyway, right?
The entire
Rat
time we
race.
were saying this is something that they're using you as the lab rat. The lab
we're
rat. You are
rats.
the lab rat.
Yep.
It's a 3-year program. Remember, we all knew it was a 3-year study. I hate to say we all knew, but I mean, I think most
No,
of the
you
people
were
that
crazy.
I was crazy. I was, oh
You're
my
crazy.
God, they came after me, right?
You're
Well,
crazy.
now you don't have to, quarantine if you were exposed to COVID, which I mean, I feel like everybody's exposed to COVID at this point. Instead, they should wear a mask for 10 days and test on day 5.
Okay, but that's today, right? I mean, these rules of
That's
the
today.
game are changing.
Yeah.
They have
know,
been changing. The
and-
science
and-
has been changing, right?
Right.
Mm.
And it may feel like maybe we're going forward, but I'm smelling when we get
this
to
isn't forward.
the closer we get to November 8th, that's going to change. It's
Ooh,
going to
yeah.
look a lot different.
I feel it. The closer I get to the city limits, the more masks I start to see.
No,
It's
it ain't
just-
that bad. Go out to Pittsburgh, bro.
It's gross.
Uh,
I was in
Pittsburgh Wegmans?
Yeah, it was
Bro,
just as bad
real.
out there.
Don't you love to just when somebody's got a mask on in an aisle, you just get you just walk by them and you just see where
Yeah.
their like
Comfort
reverse
zone is.
magnet zone is. So like if you
Yeah.
get like 3 feet from them, they like take a step back.
Yeah.
I don't go.
Oh,
I don't go grocery
I
shopping.
love it.
I don't trust nobody with a mask. Seen a guy.
It's happening in the
yesterday.
city a lot, though.
No, it ain't
It's
just in the
picking up.
city, bro.
Yeah.
I'm
There's a
telling
lot
you,
of
it's
that right
everywhere.
now, for
This
sure.
guy was walking down the street, glasses on, a mask outside, but it was underneath his nose. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You're outside, and it was sunny as hell, and
This
he wasn't even wearing it properly.
I'm
Go-
pretty sure I saw a guy when I was turned onto my street a couple days ago with the mask on, window down, and a cigarette in his hand.
Hell yeah. Living his
All
best
kinds.
life.
This guy was alone at the pier.
Uh-huh.
At the pier, like the most.
Yeah, but have you smelled that water?
Stop it right now. Well, with all these COVID cases that are not increasing because they're actually decreasing,
Northwest.
as it says, hospitals in New York are surprisingly to some understaffed.
How did that happen?
Did we not call this
Mm.
2.5 years ago when we said if they bring this COVID requirement, the vaccine requirement, that a lot of people are going to leave? I distinctly recall it.
Hmm.
New study shows health staffing shortages in Western New York are at crisis level.
God damn it.
Everything's always a fucking crisis, right? For real.
What is
I,
it?
I,
Only
I,
people
did I
gonna
read your
watch.
mind on that
There's
one?
only people gonna read.
I was
No, no.
reading your mind.
There's only way anyone going to the folks they want this, to target will read the headline because they won't read the article. They'll just read the headline and that's all they need.
That's it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but I'm just a dumb conservative. I don't read at all.
You're the one that's reading the information and then relaying it to the dummies.
That's right, MAGA country.
MAGA country, the ones who read.
I read the
Okay,
actual
okay.
comments on this Facebook post when they showed it, saying that there's a backup at the emergency room, blah, blah, blah. This person in the comments said, I work in the emergency department. It is not a staffing issue. You know, people in the comments don't know what they're talking about. And it wasn't for this article, it was for something else, just saying that, you know, longer than normal wait times. And the comment says, you know, I work there. This is not what we're facing. It's not a staffing issue. Literally, the first sentence in the next article, the next day on a different news station, the ability to attract and retain staff is an issue that threatens the entire healthcare system in our region.
Right, well, if you've talked to anybody that has loved ones that are in there, you can't get in. That's a problem,
Yeah.
right?
Do,
And,
do they not
it-
wonder why? I mean, do they
Well,
not
and
wonder
that's-
why we don't have enough
right.
staffing?
and they're so worried about COVID, right? Here's the thing throughout that. To me, there is a bigger, or as big at least, right, of a health concern that we let go for screenings, right? Preventative screenings. I mean, as somebody who's had breast cancer twice, you know, I've talked to a lot of women, you know, recently too. Well, no, COVID, I haven't gone. Just all of those preventative screenings that people are foregoing now or that
Mhm.
are backed up for scheduling. That's just the fallout from all of these rules. It's going to far outweigh the devastation of what COVID did.
It's going to hit us for at least a decade. We're going to be fighting this for a while, but
Mhm.
it's not just the emergency rooms that are overwhelmed. Abortion clinics.
Really?
Abortion clinics. Can you guess why? Can anyone guess why abortion clinics are? It says we have already reached capacity. Abortion clinics overwhelmed by out of state travel.
Oh,
We have become a destination place for
Killing babies.
abortions. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Even though we don't have a state that touches us that has outlawed abortion.
I don't know, man. It's this whole. I think the ruling too was kind of like a way that they knew there's going to be an uptick in abortions, and they just want bodies, man. I don't know what the end game is for just human bodies, but
Decreasing the amount of people on this planet.
yeah.
That's it. I think everyone here probably knows that. Dan, did you know that?
Well, you add the
Yeah, but
abortions.
it's already happening.
Yeah, you add.
That's why they push the gay movement.
Oh yeah.
That's one reason.
Yeah, but then you also add
Tell me I'm wrong.
into
You're not incorrect.
no.
I'm always correct.
Stop it.
But then you add into the COVID sudden death
just love
situation too. Bunch of adults just dropping dead for no reason. I think there was a 30-year-old actress that just passed away suddenly.
Sads.
Not Anne Heche.
Yeah, I think no, not her. Oh,
Did you see that?
Oh, that one was kind of weird too.
When she was in a car accident and they
Oh.
said
What's
that
that
she was.
conspiracy theory going to shake out to be?
Oh my
Did you
God.
call
She
it
was trying to crack that pedo ring, man.
SADS, like sudden adult
yes.
death
Yeah,
syndrome,
Yes.
that's the thing.
as opposed to like SIDS, right?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I caught that or not.
Yeah.
SADS.
Yeah.
It's going.
I
It's,
thought you were just
it's
telling me
going
it
hard
was
with that.
sad. I was like, yeah, it was pretty sad.
But the Anne Heche, yeah, I didn't know she was a part of that film that the woman that Alec Baldwin popped.
Rust.
I didn't know that. Like that was
Plug it.
kind of yeah, man.
Go
Like,
that woman.
and
One shot.
I didn't know that was Ellen's ex-wife.
You know, Anne Heche was Ellen's ex-wife.
No, I didn't know that. And Ellen was
Yeah,
on
for
the
a while.
flight log.
Ellen was on a flight log,
And then
and they got divorced like right after that.
Yeah, man.
And Anne Heche was coming out saying she ain't who everybody thinks she is.
She likes young meat.
Oh. Well, she. Yeah, thank you. I totally forgot about this soundboard here.
Right.
But she did. Remember when she had who was it that she had on, and they were talking about using baby penis foreskin.
Oh, for the-
Yeah,
the
she
facial
had
cream.
what's her face? Speed, that chick. And
Oh yeah,
Birds.
yeah.
Um,
Sandra
whatever.
Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
That was on
weird, too.
this. We talked about that on the show too.
You know what's funny? How they like there was a moment in time where like Sandra Bullock and Madonna and Angelina Jolie, like they were just going and plucking babies from Africa and all over. Like they were just adopting babies left and right.
Yep.
Like I didn't understand the whole trend within that, but just looking back at how they used to do shit back in the day with game like like watching Game of Thrones, right? You know, that show is, they don't hide back in the day. Like, yo, Kings was banging freaking 10, 12-year-olds. Like,
Yeah,
they
but
didn't
like
care.
Game of Thrones wasn't real.
No, it's not real.
How you
No,
bite your tongue?
But I
You bite your tongue.
But But a lot of the stuff that they show within that show, you know, it has some sort of, you know, parallel to what's been going on with the global elites, the people up at that top. These people have an element of inferiority to everybody else, and you know, no matter who superiority. I'm sorry, to everybody else, and they want to control and dominate, and they let power get to their head. They want more, and they're predators.
You know how they do it? Hochul did it right here. DeSantis calls Hochul ridiculous for telling conservatives to leave New York. She told all the conservatives to get on a bus down to Florida. They said, you are not true New Yorkers.
Damn.
We don't represent New York's values.
Right.
But the majority of this state was pretty much conservative over on this side. Like she's telling all of Western New York to leave.
Her
She
hometown.
spelled out specifics, though. Right? People like Trump, of course, right?
Yeah, well,
Fuck outta here,
She rattled
bitch.
off the names.
Why do you care about no hope?
Zeldin.
yeah, we got to call out Lee Zeldin. He's her opponent,
Right.
obviously. But she obviously hates conservatives. But I tell you what she loves is baby mama drama. She is giving funding for childcare. More funding for childcare. More funding, more money. Governor Hochul announces funding to help families pay for childcare in New York State.
Men ain't shit in New York State.
Men ain't shit.
We ain't
Because you
shit.
can't get this funding if you're not getting this funding if you have a man living with you.
My wife
If
was
you're-
single.
Listen, it's you know, it's a game that couples got to play with the government if you want any type of assistance, because you got to be just a deadbeat to be
Well, you gotta
respected.
incentivize single motherhood. Why
Yeah.
have a man around when I can get 28 grand a year for nothing?
Nothing. For just being a
You only bringing your broke ass
open
home
them
all the
legs,
time.
opening them
Not bringing me
legs,
Burger
man.
King. Yeah.
Oh man. We're
This,
I'd rather have
she
28
says
grand.
this does not all have to come out of your pocket because it just doesn't add up. You're earning minimum wage and you're spending up to $27,000 a year for a preschooler and an infant. Okay, do the math. That does not work at all. You know what doesn't work for me?
Democrats.
Having kids didn't work for me. I didn't have kids because I didn't want to spend money and I didn't want to give up my time, and I'm totally selfish. People call me an asshole for that, but I've seen family members that have multiple kids that are spending multiple thousands of dollars.
Mm.
They can't live any of their life at all because they got two baby mamas that take up 3/4 of their paycheck because they decided to have kids with someone that they didn't truly love, or the woman said, I'm just going to keep this kid because I'm gonna go ahead and get paid.
Yeah. None of my kids were planned, but I kept them.
Yeah, but you see what you're doing. Like you're stepping up,
Yeah.
not living on the government.
Yeah, that shit don't matter. Like, like for me, it's like this. If you make the baby in private, you take care of the baby in private. You don't really need you don't need to rely on the government to do whatever. But if you can, you know, if you can benefit from whatever assistance you can, do it. But there has to be some way to where we kind of bring the men back into the whole discussion of like importance of or value in the household, because this is just the state's the state is pretty much taken over for the father. That's a father's role. You know what I mean? Like that's like you said, if they don't
Don't
need
worry, mom's next.
yeah, oh shit. Well,
Oh yeah,
you're right.
they're inputting wombs into the man.
Oh shit.
Don't fucking start.
But I mean, they
That's
say
not what I meant.
it's now families making up to 83,000 a year are eligible. Family of four
Damn.
making up to 83,000 a year. are eligible.
Great career.
That's Pittsburgh.
Right. I mean,
I'm livid.
if I had, I mean, I don't know what anyone else makes,
And
but
they're
if,
still struggling.
What?
They're still no in their mind.
Yeah.
Their mind, they're struggling.
Well,
because it's not how much you make, it's how much you spend. That's all that matters.
Yes.
It's
Right.
all in how much you spend. What is your lifestyle costing you every single month? And that's what really matters. It's someone can be making $18,000 a year living in Uganda or Uganda You know,
Gananda?
Gananda, maybe even Gananda,
Ghana,
and be living a just fine
Africa?
life.
You're talking about Africa?
Well, I keep asking people like, you know, what are we doing about poverty? And I ask them, well, what's your definition of poverty?
Mhm.
Because I grew up with no air conditioning. I grew up with one vehicle for the entire family. I grew up taking the bus. Was I living in poverty?
Probably.
By today's standards, that blows me away because, you know, I see kids growing up in other countries and they come to America and I talk to them and say, tell me your first impressions. You know, you just came to Rochester. This isn't like New York City. This isn't LA. This isn't Miami. You came to Rochester. What is your first impression? And they're like blown away that we have water parks, spray parks.
Mhm.
They're blown away when they go to the supermarket and see that there's more than 25 freaking brands of cereal.
Yeah, a lot of New York City folks, a lot of New York City transplants, they love Rochester because the cost of living is. And they're like, this one girl I had when I was driving Uber one time, picked her up from 911. She's working at 911.
Good
She
paying
got
job.
2 kids. Yep, single mom. She was like, she found the job just by going online
Mhm.
in New York, got the interview, got the job,
Right.
moved up here, and she was like, that was the best decision she made in her life. And she's got more money, and she's, you know,
She probably
she's
doesn't have more
providing for her
money.
kids.
She probably has less expenses.
Less expenses. Yeah.
That's all, because your rent went from $2,500 a month for a closet to what, $1,000 a month, let's say.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah. So you can make a little bit less, move to Rochester, and live like a freaking king.
Yeah. Well, and then on the other
Or
hand,
Gananda.
on the flip side of the conversation I had, an argument that I had with
Stay out here.
a person who was trying to victimize herself as a pansexual and just trying to find some other argument just to live or survive in the society. I'm like, I posted a meme one time, a meme the other day. Victimhood or victimization is the new pandemic in this country right now. Everybody's a fucking victim for some way or another, and it's sick.
It's because they're being allowed to. Nobody's saying no, you know, it's just.
Yeah, she got pissed at
Pandering.
me because I asked her, I said, well, what is it, what's making it so hard for you to live as a pansexual? Because this is your sexuality. So
It's 2022.
yeah,
what
what's
anyone
the
says.
problem?
You could be Bad Bunny kissing a guy and a girl up on stage, and you're
Don't bring
glorified.
that up, because I'm really upset about that.
What are you upset about?
Because first of all, I like Bad Bunny.
Okay, I don't.
But I'm not.
That's how he sings, man. I
Who
think he's
cares?
fucking
My
terrible.
man is nice though.
He ain't nice.
But check this out.
He's weird nail polish.
If I were Hispanic, right? I would be even more pissed off about that, because you know how deliberate that was? They put him in
yeah.
Yankee Stadium,
Yep.
performing for MTV Music Awards, and they made him kiss a man in Yankee Stadium.
You think they made him? You think he's made? That's what you think. You said the same thing
they
about
do.
Nas X on the
Yeah,
show. You
they're
said
made.
that they're making Nas
They're
X
making
be
him
that.
do that.
You think they're making that man
Of
kiss another man?
course, of course. I mean, they got celebrities right now promoting all freaking, Pfizer medications and shit. They use these celebrities to enforce whatever agenda that's going on.
Look at him. He can't wait to put that up there.
I mean, that's that right there. That is our fucking
Our official logo for now on.
like fuck it. Because I mean, everything is gay. Everything. And then at the same time, they're making it seem as though they can't do what they've been doing. No one is following you in your bedroom and handcuffing you for banging somebody else.
Well, you know what it is? The shackles come off when you realize nobody cares.
No, right,
No
exactly.
one's thinking about you. No one's
Right.
No, except for you, Jose. People obviously care.
Always.
And that's what I told
Always
her.
think
That's what
about
I
me.
told homegirl. I was like, yo, what's stopping you from doing what you do? She's like, well, first of all, healthcare. I was like, all right, well, what do you mean? Well, if I was with my partner, I wouldn't be able to get, we wouldn't be able to be on the same health insurance. Well, that was the same for domestic partners as well. You had to be married in order for you to be on the same.
You can work at the bank that I used to work at. They had
That changed
Right.
after a while. That changed, right? So I was like, all right, then marriage. Like, well, that's done too. Like, no one is stopping you from doing what you want to do.
or banging who you want to bang.
Right, do it. If that's what you want to be,
Have at it.
that's the most important part. That's what means the most to you. It's what you want to do in the privacy of your own home. You want to be as queer as you want to
Between
be.
you and God.
Fucking do it. Go ahead. Balls to the wall. No one's stopping you. But stop playing like you're a fucking victim every time.
And hating the country. right?
Yes.
Stop hating
Yes.
the country that allows you to do that.
Allowing you
Right.
to do it. Go
If
through
you
that
were
shit in China.
Right.
Now.
If you were in any of these countries that they stand for,
Saudi
Palestine,
Arabia.
Right.
you know how they
Oh.
stand for Palestine?
Oh,
You would be executed.
You'd be stoned to death.
nuts chopped off.
Right.
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 Yeah. Look at freaking what's her name?
Sex change now.
WNBA chick out in Russia.
Well, they said she
She's-
can be a coach.
She's begging.
She can coach the national
I think
prison
that,
team.
I think that's a lie.
That's,
I
that
think
was
that's
a
the
meme.
front- that was just
That was a meme.
Oh, that was a
I think
meme.
so.
That had to
Oh,
be a
right.
meme.
That'd have been
Meme.
funny though.
It'd be all right.
Nah.
Giving her opportunity,
See, you even get opportunity in
equal
Russia.
opportunity.
That's what happens when you're tall. You get more job offers. Short people get less job offers. It is legit. We get paid less and we get less job offers.
Oh my god!
Do you see me crying about freaking discrimination? No.
Yeah, he got stilts in his car.
Stop. No,
If you
just,
stand on your money, you'll be taller than all of
there we
them.
go. I stand my wallet.
Yeah.
Daily absurdity. You want to hear this? Oh, I'm about to get you guys lit up now. All right.
Uh-oh.
You guys are like halfway through your drinks. You haven't even touched that one.
Mm-mm. Look,
Filled it like a milk glass.
No,
line is
you were
right
twirling it. You
That's
were
that
twirling it. That
residue
wasn't
right
a line.
there.
We're going to bring up how they're dropping the sex offender term.
oh damn!
What? Oh.
Mhm.
What?
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, you had your sip?
Yo,
Uh-huh.
I just saw a video.
Okay.
The Hodge twins, they posted a video
Yep.
not too long ago about a woman who was standing up for pedos, stating that it is offensive for you to call someone who wants to have sex with a fucking 6 or 5-year-old, a minor, right?
Mhm.
A pedophile. That is offensive.
Yep.
Fuck out of here, yo.
Remember that pamphlet for little kids?
Yo.
If a stranger comes up to you, don't start yelling pedophile. It is harmful to them. Well, this here is a legitimate state board. Colorado State Board they dropped it. It's not in talks.
Mm,
They dropped
mm.
sex offender term, calling it a negative label.
Does anybody got the sex offender app? Like, can we pull up and see how many?
Watchdog.
Yo, how
Shalak
many?
does. I got someone that just moved around the corner from me.
Yo, I
Shalak's
want to
up
know
in
how
arms
many
about that.
pedos is around right now,
No, he moved
yo.
away. Was there another one?
No, another one.
Another,
Just moved in
Another
from
one.
Greece or something like that.
another one.
Or Gananda.
DJ Khaled, another one.
So what? I forgot though. What are they calling? The
So what they're
pedo now?
doing-
What's the new term?
They
of
want to
it?
reflect so-called person first language. Okay. So this is the sex offender management board.
Mhm.
They have a management board in
Yeah, but
Colorado
they,
for
they
them.
have a term, right? Like SADS, but whatever it is. What do they call?
Minor attractive persons.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
yes.
So
That's
what
the
they're doing is it's a board of 16 people. In the end, the board voted 10-6 to go with adults who commit sexual offenses.
The Vatican.
They said, I think this strikes a balance that honors the impact to victims and recognizes the current and ongoing impacts of sexual assault, but also avoids the labeling term that has negative impacts on those who commit sex offenses.
Bro, this is coming from the top. This is coming from the Pope. It's coming from these people who got that power, that influence. This is all politically driven. The fucking Pope said, well, maybe we just need to start looking at these people as just normal human beings and that, you know.
You said that?
Yes, man. The Pope was like, it's time for society to kind of rethink how they look at pedophilia
Probably because half
as
his
something
employees
that is
are
a way of life.
let's
It's
be real.
no, it's like yo, they done paid so many goddamn
lawsuits.
lawsuits.
That's why it's money.
You know what I mean?
It's a money
It's
thing.
a money thing. They're like, yo, we're hemorrhaging here. Like, we
Right.
know our priest is gonna bang little boys. We just know it's gonna happen. So y'all just gonna have to fucking get on the same fucking page.
Yeah. And stop,
Let us do what we do.
and stop name bashing him. Well, they interviewed a guy later on in the article. His name's Derek Logue. I usually wouldn't name the name, so I'm gonna put him.
Wait, whoa, wait.
Says
Derek, damn!
What's that?
Holy fuck! Can we get a shot of that on the camera?
This us right here.
That right now, all of the pedos that are
Pedo Island right
surrounding us right now. Woo!
Jesus.
That's more than roaches. They're roaches. Ow!
There's all
Oh
different
my
colors.
god!
There's so many different colors.
Yo, there's only how many residents in Monroe County? About 200,000, right?
743,000.
740,000 is about 200 in the city, then, right?
200 in the city. 205.
205. Yo,
Half of them are pedos.
holy shit!
I'm sorry. What is it? What they want again?
It's about-
Minor
Adults who will commit sexual offenses.
so can we say just throw a number out there? It's about 30%. 30% of the population.
I
Is
mean,
that
That was
about-
about a 10-mile radius too.
Yo,
Like,
Did you do it from here?
yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Not a
When
lot, not a lot up north of 104 though. You know, in the city, yeah, keep all the pedos there. That's apparently what they think.
Listen,
I don't think that.
go.
I think they should go exactly where they lived before. Because I'm tired of these freaking guys from the country getting these sex offenses and then getting in halfway houses here in the city. I'm
Yeah,
tired of
there's
that
some-
shit.
There's some shitbags out there.
Right. And they get sent right here into our inner city.
Yeah, this has been going on for a long time.
That's right.
Bro.
Same thing with the drug offenders. They buy drugs here in the city, do their drugs, and then they pass out wherever. They crash into freaking buildings on Emerson. You know, they
Your
use the
district.
city for what they want.
Yeah.
But this guy says referring to me by a label for something I did half my life ago is inappropriate and downright offensive. He argued client would be a better term.
The closest pedophile to us is named Jose.
Oh
Man, thank God I changed my name a long time ago.
Shit, can't make that up.
Yo, this is sad, man. That's some scary shit, y'all. Scary shit. Watch your babies.
So do you want to drop the sex offender term?
No, fuck that.
I have to say, a lot of them are like late 30s white guys too.
Mm.
They're just gross.
It is, but it's not just them. It
Not
happens.
just no.
You know what? I think a lot of families sweep a lot of that shit under the rug because there's these generational curses, and my family is no exception. I know there's other families out there that got some fucking pedophiles out there touching their fucking little nieces, touching their kids, touching their fucking cousins. You nasty motherfuckers, you're out there. We know you out there. And I hope, whether you're male or female, that you have your day coming. You are disgusting. You're a nasty fuck. You need to see help, and you do not deserve fuck a second chance. Fuck any chances. You are branded for life as a nasty motherfucker.
My dad used to call them
Gay. Yes, you're fucking gay.
organ donors.
Mm.
That's about what they were good for. Is what
That's
he
I was
said.
gonna say that's all they're
I
good
agree.
for. Yeah, at that point, I don't care what anyone says.
I agree.
It's freaking disgusting, and disturbing, and there's no defending it. There's no defending it whatsoever. You know what else you can't defend? Racism. You can't defend race. You can't be a racist and defend your racist actions. All right.
No.
If you're racist and you choose people to hire based on the color of their skin, you're a racist.
Yeah.
New York City mayor. New York City mayor
He's always been
decides. That's what the news article says. Bizarre and uncomfortable. Adams wants photos of city job applicants. He wants to see what you look like to judge whether or not he should hire you.
Hot or not? Come on. He's just in that early 2000s internet.
He's the original Facebook.com.
That's right.
Yo, who's worse, him or the other guy?
Who's the other guy?
The other
Blasio?
commie, De
The big guy?
Blasio,
The big
yeah,
guy?
De
Oh, I
Blasio.
thought you were talking about Biden. I was gonna say Biden's way worse. He's gross.
De Blasio literally violated like every Orthodox Jew rights during, the Penn, and everybody else rights.
When he was eating French fries and a
I mean,
hamburger.
what he was doing to the Orthodox Jew is what, the Zionists was doing to the Orthodox Jew in Israel. They were like spraying them for going to church. But this guy right here, he's got a whole different type of communist written on him. Like,
how do you overcome that? Saying you want photos of job applicants.
well, you're
Like didn't the NAACP and the NYCLA, whatever the hell it's called, didn't they fight for the past like 50, 60 something years to not judge someone by the basis of their color to get a job?
No,
do as
they
I
had the
say, not
boxes,
as I
right?
do.
How many check boxes are there?
There's 7 of them, I think.
Right.
I gotta choose 7 of them to choose Hispanic
Well, but here's my thing.
or Latinx, Latinx.
How come there's not an Italian box or an Irish box?
Right. That probably was
Or a
the
ginger box.
case back in
Dun, dun,
Ellis
dun.
Island days, but
Was
you
it?
know, probably. I mean, when they came to the
Yeah,
came
they
to the
did.
United States, they had to you had to write down what you were.
Yeah, but they chop off a few vowels, right?
Yeah.
And mainstream it in.
Yeah,
That's
To
how I got
be
my last name from
Tom
my
and Joe,
stepdad.
right?
yeah.
My last name used to be P-O-Y,
Yo, New York,
L-E-T-T-E at the end.
Right.
New York City has always been the freaking race war zone. It's always been that way. And now that you got a black mayor, I mean, shit, all bets are off now. You can do whatever you want now. You can just usher in communism right away.
Oh, man, I met the mayor of Buffalo. a couple
Oh,
weeks
that
ago.
dude's a weirdo too.
Wait, but he beat the freaking
The other commie.
the commie who beat him in the primary, and then he
Yeah.
came back with the write-in vote and won.
Yeah,
And I
that was-
told him, I said to his face when I found out who he was, because I didn't know who the hell he was. I was like, dude, thank you.
Yeah, because she was bugging.
Thank you for
She
being
was
a
bugging.
beacon of light
Right.
out there. He's like,
Weren't our friends the dude and the ginger were all up?
we're not gonna bring this up.
Bring
Bring it up.
Oh, as a woman, how did you feel about the conversation that had on our podcast regarding the so-called ginger?
The tit for tat.
Do you think it was disgusting, disturbing? Did you not want to watch anymore?
I was
Not at all.
disgusted and
I
disturbed.
live for Wednesday night at 8:00.
Did you hear that, America?
Yeah.
Got a female that wasn't offended.
Oh,
Oh my God.
would you
Yeah.
look at that?
But I think somebody needs to just stop. Run on your own credentials. Talk
Mm.
about what you're doing good in this city.
Oh, you're
What-
saying
instead of it has to be always a criticism about somebody else or my feelings are hurt. They're coming after me.
Oh, wait till
that's
next
the
year.
attention gain,
Wait till
right?
next year.
There's no look at what I did to help the city. Look
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing for my constituents. It's always victim.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait till my
Uh-huh.
reelection in case I do run. You know
Well,
they're
they
gonna have to
coming
put
at you.
somebody up against me.
Oh yeah.
And what are they gonna
Go for it.
stand for?
Oh,
If they go up
Fine.
against me, what are they gonna stand for?
you are a womanizer.
Okay, what else?
You are a male chauvinist.
What else?
And you are also a conservative that is acting like you're a
Gonna be a
Democrat.
dino.
Okay. What is it about me that exudes conservatism to you? If you were a liberal,
Could you you stand for law and order?
okay, let's get into that.
Yeah.
Biden this week.
Oh,
Oh,
my God.
I watched the presser
my God.
today, and
Uh-huh.
That's my
did
dude.
you hear from the podium from the White House briefing this morning or this afternoon?
Mhm.
They can't say how much they're going to fund the police.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they really have the
my
balls.
God.
They have the
Yeah,
balls
they
after
can't-
2
I can't
years
believe this.
of burning shit,
Yeah.
defund, and now they want to hire 100,000 new police.
Yo, he
like
was,
it was a revelation.
Even though we're not going to forget, most of us who are in tune with what's happening in this country and who understand that we're not going to forget what you said before.
I don't even think we could talk about the country, but the city right here, our city, is a fine example, a big example of what happened with defund the police.
Mhm.
We are
Exactly.
reaping the
Yeah.
benefits or not of defunding the police.
Because you got a lot of politicians that live through CNN here and they're not watching their own fucking city. They're disconnected. And a lot of these motherfuckers ain't even from here. So
Well, we got the
Good.
left is what they talked about, what he did say. And the title says, "Why did Joe Biden call police the enemy?"
that's a great question.
Yep. And under it says, on Wednesday, amid riots following the horrific police killing of George Floyd, presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden said that police become the enemy when they use surplus military equipment. He also supported some version of the Black Lives Matter to push to defund the police. Next, with just over 2 months until the midterm elections, Mr. Biden, it should be President Biden.
This was 2020.
No, to the right. This is the left was before he was president. The right is what just happened. Mr. Biden emphasized the need for more law enforcement officers, not fewer, contradicting the message from some of the most liberal voices of his party. The president said Americans, quote unquote, see hate and anger and violence just walking the streets of America, quote unquote. Oh, I'm sorry. And they just want to feel safe again. They want to feel a sense of security. And that's what my crime plan is all about. Remember his crime plan back
That
back in
incarcerated.
the
all up?
90s?
The crime plan was about drugs and putting black people in prison, which he literally said they don't have the capabilities to think. Pretty much. Oh, but he did also state that the police should not be able to use all of this militarized equipment. Well, listen, fuckface.
Come to Rochester and tell our cops that.
No, we're gonna even do this. Your administration under the Obama administration was the one that militarized our police in record numbers during the Obama administration. During the Obama administration, they literally was selling off so much military equipment to our law enforcement. And now you're trying to say they can't use the shit you sold them?
Remember they bought all the hollow point bullets?
Yeah. They
bought all of them. There was none left in the country for that particular weapon.
Yeah.
Hollow point bullets.
Yeah.
What do hollow point bullets do to a person?
Rattle around.
Oh, it goes through everything. Well, doesn't like no.
They don't just puncture.
Yeah.
They hurt you a lot.
Fuck you up.
Yeah. You can't even use those bullets at the driving range. You can't go into a range and use
The firing range.
fire range, right? Oh, I was golfing this past week. Sorry. And my drive was obviously like a bullet out of hell right there. No, it's terrible. But yeah, and it says when it comes to public safety in this nation, the answer is not defund the police. It's fund.
It's fund the police.
We know what he said.
The police.
We know what he said before. Why is he saying this now?
November 8th.
Because he knows his fucking voting demographic does not pay attention. They they just go off of emotion. What's ever going on at that moment, that's how they're gonna, they're gonna just align themselves with.
I think they're realizing that the other side is running on that and successfully. Right?
Mhm.
Oh, of course.
So now this is the only, they can't, what are their merits? What are they going to show? What are they going to run against? Oh, he wants to fund the police, but we're going to show you how great it is with the defund. I mean, what else do they have? They either switch it up or they're going to go under. They're
COVID.
going under either
I
way.
said
COVID no more.
I said a few weeks ago, they're going to act like they did not say that or do that or enact that or order that or shut it down. They didn't do it.
Now there's two things that's going to happen with that. The sheep, because these people that follow that,
Mhm.
they're going to keep drinking the new Kool-Aid, right?
Mhm.
There's a fresh batch. We went from orange to cherry, right? And they are going to drink this new batch.
Who calls it by its flavor?
I don't know. It's just
It's the
shape.
color.
I don't know.
Yo, did
It's
you-
from orange to
Stay
red. All right,
hydrated.
that's it.
Yo, it's so
Stay
funny. When
hydrated.
I saw that video you're talking about, that's the first time I've seen Biden speak where he was actually like alive and alert and he wasn't.
Oh, he did fuck up. He turned around. He was talking.
But he was forceful. He knows how to lock black people up. That's some shit he knows how to do well. He loves that shit. He loves it.
Well, he's jumping on the extremist threat. So
Oh,
he's
they couldn't say that enough from the podium today, too.
Yeah, of course.
Mega extremists is
Yeah.
what they're called.
Mega extremists.
Oh, it's big.
Domestic terrorism
this
is the mega extreme.
Yes.
Wow.
Biden giving political prime time speech, which is past his bedtime, to address extremist threat by MAGA Republicans.
And they call it mega. I bet, do they understand what mega stands for?
Make
I
America
wish
great
they, well, I know, but I wish they would say it.
Yeah.
I wish they
Yeah.
would say the Make America Great Again extremists.
How is that?
Yeah.
Make that
Yeah.
sound really, yeah.
Because when Obama came in, he was preaching purchasing American-made products.
Mhm. Oh, Obama would be a conservative today. First
Yeah,
Obama,
isn't that crazy?
Obama 1 was a conservative.
Obama
He's a
1.
conservative
Obama
today.
1.0.
Yeah, Obama 1.0, he was a conservative.
Okay.
First running Obama, he was a conservative.
Uh-huh.
Like he was taking some shit from Ron Paul. Literally. He was taking some shit from Ron Paul. Going after big banks. Well, we didn't know that the big banks were in his pocket. Like we didn't know that.
I knew that. He appointed them directly to the freaking reserve.
I didn't know. Yeah, that was afterwards. But while he's running, he's saying the shit that's you know, a lot of people are witnessing at that time.
Yeah,
Everybody was
protecting
like,
our
"Yo,
border.
Yes. Oh my God. And you have to get it.
And
You
he
have
didn't
to
believe
learn
in gay
English.
marriage.
No.
Him and Biden both did not believe in gay marriage.
These motherfuckers was fucking right wing. Then
So when I say, when people say, "Oh, you're just a Democrat in name only," I look at them and tell them, "Do you not remember? Do you not remember what Democrats stood for?
yeah.
Like because we've
Well, it depends on how
shifted
far. Wait, how
so
far are you
far.
going back? How far are you going back? Are you going
You
back?
don't have to go that far.
Are you going
but
back to the
JFK.
KKK
JFK.
Democrats? Those
JFK.
Democrats? You know what I'm talking about?
not
No,
KKK,
not those.
JFK
Not
Democrats.
KKK Democrats.
Not the
Dixiecrats.
Not the
No.
Dixiecrats.
Okay. The JFK, but not the Lyndon Johnson ones who didn't
Not
like.
the LBJ.
The LBJ didn't like.
Yeah,
He
no, not him.
specifically didn't like niggas. That's what he said.
No,
he didn't.
he
didn't like
said
that.
out loud.
George Wallace.
George Wallace.
Yeah, know your history.
Who's he?
Exactly.
He's the guy from the KKK.
I get that reference. Well, what's his name? Bird. Bird. He
Didn't Biden write a?
Biden gave his eulogy.
Yeah.
And Hillary Clinton was a admirer of his.
Mm-hmm.
And I even think Obama even mentioned in his book. I read like the first 3 chapters of that shit. I was like, all right, I'm fucking done. I'm just too much. I'm Obama out. But he spoke about how Byrd was a former KKK member and how he went into his office and he didn't. He kind of was like, he felt weird being in this man's office knowing that he was a former KKK member. Like that
Yeah.
shit matters, bro. Like he was a wizard too.
Grand Wizard.
Grand wizard.
Not like Harry Potter.
And he got elected.
Yep. Multiple times.
He said the Grand Wizard, not like Harry Potter. Damn.
Yo, what is that saying? Like, I forgot the term is used. Like when you talk, you speak, and you assume that everybody understands what you're talking about. I hope that's not the case with our show because we have very good conversations and we talk about a wide range of different things.
We've gone through like at least 12 different conversations tonight.
Yeah, but do you think people like the folks, like, of course, our audiences that follow us, they get it.
Mm.
But what do you think it will take to get those motherfuckers that be like, what are they talking about?
It takes pissing them off to get us on the TV stations and then forcing other people to then say, oh, what else have they been talking about? To then watch our show, to put us in the top 100 political commentary podcasts in the entire nation for people to finally see what the hell we've been talking about this entire time.
You just got to call them out by name and tell them you'll beat them up after a date. Not beat them up, but beat it up. Sorry. I
Beat it up.
It up.
Oh,
It up. Right.
Allegedly.
There you go.
that started it. What did our folks say?
So the
man?
president is going to be using a primetime address tomorrow to make the case that the political movement led by his predecessor poses an extreme threat to democracy, as his criticisms of Republicans have become increasingly pointed as November's midterms approach.
Where's that party of unity?
Yeah.
Where is that
it?
party of unity? Because we have Hochul that says take your ass in a bus
Right.
and go down to Florida.
Mhm.
We got Biden right here that says extremist threats.
Right.
We have the Obama administration that also labeled parents who spoke up at their,
Domestic terrorists.
spoke about the teachers, not the teachers union, but
It's
the
only going to get
school
worse.
district.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is they're ramping up. They
Yeah.
are going to put
Everything about it.
anybody in the crosshairs. How right or conservative you are, not the crazy, just in general, just
Mm-hmm.
for those that I'm going to say fly a flag, are going to put some representation of a candidate on the Republican ticket. That you're going to be targeted.
Yeah.
Well, remember,
1000%.
you just had an event the other night
I did.
where we had,
So nice.
it was a great
Your
event.
dogs are great too, by the way. My
Yeah.
homeboy, what was his name?
Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah.
That's my dog right there.
So for Laron
Literally.
Singletary, who is a Republican, Laron was the police
Chief.
chief
Mhm.
for our city. I worked with him every day. I was there when the announcement was made. I was there when he was celebrating the announcement of him being police chief. I was sharing drinks with him. He is a friend of mine.
Mhm.
We text, we talk. Every time I see him, it's a hug.
What color is he?
Black as hell.
So there's not.
So-
Have you ever met a white guy with the name LaRon?
I've never met a white man with the last name Singletary.
Right. So a black guy
Uh-huh.
running for what?
Congress.
And he's what party?
Republican.
And he's having a drink with a what?
Puerto Rican
Latino
Democrat?
Democrat. Yeah.
Democrat. I was trying to figure out where you're going with that one.
I'm just saying, like,
I was thinking Michelle. I was gonna say Michelle, a white woman.
How systemically racist is our country if
Right.
that shit can fucking happen?
But
here's
been so much.
what I want to say about that night,
Uh-huh.
right? Which thank you guys for coming.
Of course.
Yo,
Enjoy.
Ben, by the way, fucking Michelle's backyard, her house, period, which is in the city of Rochester,
Shits on everybody.
Right.
shits on any house in the fucking suburbs.
But that was part of it. I wanted to share it. That's not my backyard. That's our backyard.
yeah,
right?
that's a fucking
that
beautiful
is
backyard.
the city, right? And we should be showcasing things that are good.
Yeah.
We're always shitting on everything,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
and not for the venue,
shits.
but the people.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And what I think we showed, right? It wasn't, we weren't there saying, hi, hello, my name, I'm white. Hello, it wasn't about that. Hello, I'm a Republican. And that bothered people to see there, you had
There was
Democrats. I had
Multiple
people like- I
Latinos,
saw
multiple
people who were
Democrats, multiple black people.
Democrat.
Mhm.
I don't care.
And
who
then
you
there was
were.
an
I
after
don't
party.
want to put
Yep.
a label on anybody that was there. There was no label there. To me, they were common. We were in
Mhm.
common, and it didn't
People who care.
matter. Yes, we cared for our
Mhm.
city.
Well, I
And-
only like people that look like me.
He's lying, everybody. He's lying. He's spreading
Of course he
disinformation. Spreading disinformation.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But
What
but
county
we blew
you
up the
represent?
narrative, right?
Gonna.
Brockport.
We blew up. We made happen what they don't want to see.
Yes.
happen.
Did not want to
Yes.
say because
We
they've been
fucked up
talking about it
their
ever
narrative.
since.
Yeah.
We
They've been
fucked
talking.
up their narrative.
Yeah.
They've been talking.
Right.
They're heated at the fact that I was there.
Really?
They were heated.
Really?
So they're trying to put together this whole scheme to try and undermine me. I'm sitting there looking like,
what are you gonna do? It's
what?
so
What are you going to do?
fucking
This is
weak.
exactly why I position
Oh my
myself
God.
to the position where you can't fuck with me. I am Team Rochester. I don't care if you're
Right.
Republican or Democrat. I don't care if you're liberal or conservative. I really don't care. If you have the right mindset to push our city through this bullshit that we are in right now, because we are in some shit.
Right.
And it's not like calf shit. It's bullshit.
Mhm.
We need to get out of it.
I mean, look, I went to you as a Democrat. You are my councilman, right?
Mhm.
And as soon as I reached out to you,
Aw.
you
I know.
messaged
I
me
Right away.
right back, right?
respond.
And who
So I didn't
co-hosted
say,
it with you
oh
was
shit,
another.
I'm not calling him. He's a Democrat,
No.
right?
Mhm.
And
She had a very, very liberal Democrat that helped her with putting together the party as well. I'm not going to name drop. A very,
Do it.
very liberal Democrat,
Do it.
super fucking liberal Democrat helped her put together the party. And he said, I support LaRon. That's it.
Right. with much love too.
Yeah.
To that.
Yeah.
person. Yes.
Much love to that
Because
person.
Yes.
and this is what I think society, or I don't even say society because it's not even society's fault. The people who runs their own society, they created this division to where like stuff like this that happens, they don't want it to fucking happen.
They don't.
They
They
don't
sure
want
don't.
that
But they
shit to
locked us in
happen.
our house and we couldn't
Yeah.
go out because if we started to do this, you know what? We're not that all far apart.
Mhm.
At
Not
the
at
end
all.
of the day, of course, none of us are going to ever agree 100%.
There's extremists
you
on
should,
every angle.
On
But
every
at
angle,
the
yes.
general, some
And then on top of
general
that-
principles at the end of the day,
Right.
most of us are all going to agree
You
upon.
all agree
Right.
upon the other shit. Like
Or we at least agree to disagree.
this is
We can
great.
say, look,
Either
all
way.
right, that's cool that we don't agree on this. That's
Right,
fine.
right.
We're gonna go on and we're not gonna go our
But they've
separate
locked
ways.
us up. Everybody's on Facebook
Mhm.
and it's
Angry at
it's,
each other.
I mean, full throttle on everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
full throttle,
It's
100%.
one end to the other.
When it was
You
never
Get
about
in
politics.
a room, you get around a table, you have a drink, you have a conversation, which you have tried to do through this and show that through this podcast.
I'm glad you see that.
It is a whole
I know.
different experience,
One
right?
one of one of the main reasons why I will vote for LaRon Singletary versus Joe Morelli is it's not because he's a homer. It's not the case.
What's a homer?
He's from Rochester. Joe Morelli is from Utica. Joe Morelli is not from this area.
I didn't know that.
No, that's what I learned that from LaRon. I learned that from the meet and greet. He's like, he's from Utica. He's not from here. It's like, what the fuck? What is he doing around here? I didn't know that.
Utica. Okay.
Yeah. So, but the reason why I support LaRon, when he was police chief,
Mm-hmm.
he was always approachable. The
Yep.
same person that he is now, he was then. As a police chief, he pulled up. I forgot what was going on. He pulls up in the his SUV, and I go up to him like, "Yo, what's up, man? Like, this is a nice little SUV, man. This is what the perks of being a police chief." He was like, "Yeah, man," and
It was a Kia Sorento.
whatever. He was like, "Yeah, man," but the mayor, she trying to tell me, she like, "I need another car." Man, I'm like, "Man, I'm fine. I don't need no other car. This is all I need. I'm good." I was like, "I feel you. You don't want to spend them taxpayer dollars, right?" He was like, "Yeah, man, I don't need all of that stuff, that fancy stuff." And he
didn't care about none of that.
None of that stuff. He just cared about the
The
job.
problem was before Daniel Prude, that whole incident,
Yeah.
he was the most highlighted person in the city.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
They loved him more than the mayor.
Mhm.
He could have ran for mayor and won.
Yeah, yeah.
He could have ran
Oh,
for mayor
man.
and
And he would have blew it
out the water.
Fucking Malik Evans had no chance.
Well,
either.
I would say against Lovely Warren, he would have blew her out the
I
water.
think he would have beat him too, because this is what Malik had. Malik's issue, no matter fucking what, and I get so angry sometimes when people don't pull up his fucking record. He was the head of the city school district. The city school district was in a hole. The city school district had the lowest graduation rate on his fucking time, period. And even before that, his track record wasn't fucking anything like would say, "Oh, you get
Stellar.
the position." So he's a career politician. He knows how to use his fucking, his resources to get what he wants. But when you want to talk about mayor, you want to talk about somebody that I feel, me personally, that I felt that understood his city, came from the city, and had the ability to reach across both sides. It definitely was LaRon. And I'm not trying to, this is going to be the endorsement hour for LaRon Singletary, but I'm just giving you my own personal interaction with the man versus the other people, because I've met Malik. I've seen Malik in action. I've seen him work. I've seen Lovely work. I've seen all of these people work. I've seen it. So I'm not speaking from somebody that's not out of touch. I've seen these people work. Malik, it's opportunist. A lot of situations. The Police Accountability Board. He was there spearheading that whole shit. Now he's the mayor, reaping the benefits of the shit that you pushed through. You supported the Police Accountability Board. I was there for every fucking community organized event that you had, to where you let the public vent, let the public get out here and say, "Oh, police do this, police do that." You did not support any type of counter or of this is what could happen if we have a Police Accountability Board.
Right.
There was no counter of
Looking
whatever it
past
is.
the right now.
Yes, exactly. So he was an opportunist, and he was running at the right time because everybody was ready for Lovely to leave.
It was a great time to run.
It was a
great
perfect time to run. And I will say this about Lovely Warren, regardless of her inability to lead, because that's what it comes down to, right? Like, we're choosing people that we think are leaders, and then they fail.
Who we view as leaders.
We view as leaders
at that
right?
point in time, right then and there, because there's
Yes.
leaders who can be a leader right now, and the next month we hate them.
Right, but again, it doesn't matter whatever the controversy is. It's whatever happens. What can you do when shit gets hard? How do you rise to the top and lead these people?
What do you stand on?
You have
I
to
think
Yes.
stick to you can't flip flop.
The
Whatever
only-
your convictions are, you stand
Yes.
by that.
you can change your mindset on a topic, but if you stay
your
on
fundamentals have
Yes.
to be
Exactly.
I will,
right.
and I'm going to say this about Lovely Warren. I don't care what anybody says. I've spoken to this woman multiple times, and I've seen this woman work multiple times. She has a very, very good ability to make you feel as though you matter.
She did not give me those vibes.
Whatever. But you can't win everybody, right? You can't win everybody.
First
But
conversation. Want me to tell you the first conversation I had with her was after I won my election. She brings me to her little conference room. I sit there, and this is exactly what I tell her. Mayor Warren, my job is to make you the best mayor that you could ever possibly be. I am here to do that, because as long as I can make you the best mayor, that means that my district succeeds, meaning that we get stuff done. People look at me, they're happy about that, and they look at you, and they're happy with you because we got stuff done. What is it that you need from me? She looked me dead in the eye. I swear to you, on everything. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "I don't need nothing from you."
Well,
And here I am, here she is.
I'm talking about when I'm watching her work as mayor.
Look, she's a very strong woman.
I'm
Very strong woman.
talking to citizens,
Mhm.
right? That's what I'm talking about.
But the problem is
behind the
you
scenes and all that, I have no idea.
But you needed people to work for you to regain
agree.
that same position, because people need to be going out there, walking the streets, talking
Mhm.
to people, saying, I support this person because. And she could not have that after the second time around.
Yes,
People would not go around talking about her, saying, look, even though her husband, was caught with drugs and guns and, putting their child in a position where they could have possibly died because he went and took her to a drug deal. You can't say shit about that.
That again speaks to the politician.
Does it?
No, it speaks to politician. It speaks to politicians. If you don't have the ability to carry what you see out on that floor, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you see she knows a citizen, right? Citizen's gonna come up there and, oh, lovely, you're great, and it's mostly women. So she knows who her voting group is.
Not just women.
Men too, but again, she was always.
It was distinctly black women. Distinctly, by far.
Well, she knows her voting group.
By far.
She knows her voting
absolutely.
group. She's a politician.
That was exactly who I went when I ran for my seat. I distinctly pulled black women over 55. I said, get me in front of them.
And this is why she's the position she's at, because when shit got hard, right?
Mhm.
When shit got hard, if you're not carrying that same personality with everybody, right? If you're faking it, and that's what got her fucked up. She got exposed. You can't fake that. You got to carry that shit ever, because you're going to get exposed, and those enemies.
Well, especially when you bring up God.
Oh yeah.
In everything you do, when it comes to you got in trouble, so therefore God.
Yeah.
You got caught with
Pray on
something,
that, right?
therefore God.
She should have never married the person.
Always
she married.
blaming a man.
Oh, she shouldn't.
The white man.
The white
Well,
man.
no,
Well,
he
of
was probably
course.
black.
Of
He was
course.
halfway black.
Shut up.
Of course.
Jesus was halfway black.
Yeah,
Listen.
He grew out his beard thinking he was Jesus, and that's why he's like upset.
wow, don't put that on me.
Her negatives definitely outweigh a lot of
Moses.
her positives politically. But I think
the people agreed, but
I-
6,500 people did not agree.
No. And
6,500 people
No.
voted still for her, even though she got caught.
even though with her husband.
with not just the husband part, but she took finances.
oh yeah,
and went and
yeah.
used for her own personal gain.
She should have never been a politician. I don't even think, you know what? I think at
She
that
was,
time
no. She was corrupt as shit. She should have been a politician.
She,
Right.
no, she,
Doing
well,
her job well.
exactly.
Doing
She
what she
never,
should
she should never
Come on.
ran. She should have never ran. She was ambitious, and think about it. During that time, any of us could have fucking been mayor,
But it's not that
because
she shouldn't have
Richardson didn't want to be the mayor when
Right.
Duffy left. Richardson was like, "Yo, fuck this shit."
Yeah, but you
I'm
talk about
fucking
opportunity and taking
90 years old. I don't want to be a fucking mayor.
when you think about taking the opportunity that's knocking at your door right then and there.
She did
took
it. She took
that
it.
opportunity. And life is how much of life is exactly that? Where you just say,
Yeah.
you know what? There's an opportunity.
You
I'm
gotta
gonna
give her props.
go ahead and see what's up.
That motherfucker, Lovely Warren, gave birth to a lot of these fucking fake ass activist politicians that's running around in the city right now. Everybody thought they could be a motherfucking politician, from a motherfucker that just got out of jail 5 years ago to a failed Rochester City City School Board fucking president who squandered $50 million of taxpayer money to a failed school system that's still failing.
Where you at on Malik here, though?
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I was waiting for the foot thing to come up and the shoe size, because
I get that question all the time. What do you feel about Malik? Yo, I watched this motherfucker. I'm like,
I get that every day.
yo,
Every
I
single
watched it. I watched it. How do you feel about Malik? I'm like, yo, the mother.
where's he at lately? I haven't
He's
seen none of
doing
him.
enough.
Okay,
He's still in his first year.
good for him.
He's in his first
No.
year of a change of administration. He had to get rid of a lot of lovely people.
He's coming.
That's
after
easy.
Lovely.
But it's
He's
the same. But
he's doing enough.
He's doing the same.
It's not going to
thing.
be the first year that makes him. It's going to be the second and third
from.
year.
You know what he's benefited from right now?
What, low expectations?
The same shit that
Fuck
shit that Lovely
Right.
was dealing with, the same shit that Shepard was trying to run for mayor for, the same shit that Duffy was trying to kind of counter.
Uh-huh.
It's crime. It's our fucking city. It's the decisions that these people make within our city that fucking make us all look bad and scratch our heads like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What people making what decisions specifically?
I'm talking about the folks within our city that commit crime, whether you white, black, whatever, because it doesn't matter. Because it's not
what
just
decisions are you
to
putting
take
on
someone's life.
the mayor versus city council versus police chief?
Well, there's nothing
But the
there's,
versus
chief
the
goes
state.
up through
Versus the
mayor,
state
right?
as well, because there's state laws that we have to adhere to.
there's absolutely, I don't think there's anything
Well,
Malik
you know
can
what?
do other than support law enforcement.
Well, we're missing a big thing because we just named all those people. And I think the biggest problem right now are the judges.
Oh,
Right?
oh,
So,
listen.
we
Oh,
could
hell yeah.
have,
Hell
we
yeah.
could have
Hold
the
on.
100
Hell
more
yeah.
police
Hell
out there
yeah.
locking them up, and we could have the mayor
I didn't have that
right
on here.
behind that.
Mhm.
But
I posted it the other
when
day.
the
I'm gonna pull it up.
judges are letting them back out, it doesn't matter how
It's
many
not just
we-
that.
Right.
It's the attorneys that are fighting for or against these same people, and it's like, oh, we're just gonna.
Oh, yeah.
accept.
Well, that's a big money right now. I mean, nationally, to be a civil rights attorney, you're fucking getting paid.
Mm.
To file a lawsuit on any city on anything that has to do with remotely racist.
So
and
that's
we're
right.
talking about eating fried chicken at a fucking party right now, right? That done got national attention.
You tell me you can't eat fried chicken at a party?
Well, it can't be KFC and it can't be around,
I just had
Juneteenth.
carrot sticks and fruit salad.
Well, we made
That's how white people shit right there.
Listen,
That's how white people shit.
Ranch dressing.
at the meet and greet, we made
With the
sure
red seasoning
you
on
were
top of
all
it and
right.
everything.
You checked out. It wasn't
Yeah,
any
she
type
checked out.
of
She good. She aight.
segregation going on the issue. But no, overall though,
Damn it. Can't
just
find
the
it.
people that's running this city,
Uh-huh.
like
Where is it?
right, a lot of these fucking people don't have any real roots as far as what this city was about. We have again.
Yeah, but to be fair, do you have to make the
Yes,
city
you do,
better?
because
It's a
you do.
difference. Yeah.
It is a difference because this city again from the if we want to talk about the fucking premise of racism itself, it starts from fucking slavery, period. No matter what. And that's what people hang on to every fucking time. And I'm talking
Say
about
that
folks-
again.
slavery. Talking
Keep
about
going with that.
people of color.
Uh-huh.
Hang on to that as it's a fucking caveat for
Okay.
oppression
Gotcha.
and victimized mentality.
Not
Okay.
all of them.
A whole lot of them that's in any type of public, position,
Yeah.
and also in some sort of adverse situation. We're trying to figure out why the fuck they're poor, broke, or want to shoot somebody, or want to sell drugs, whatever. It's always being used as an excuse.
Right.
So the people who are in position to try and fix or solve these problems, right? Again, they don't have any real connection to the city and know the true city's heritage. Rochester, New York, which was the first boomtown city in the country, but also was one of the freest cities in the fucking country during that time, period. We let a fucking slave convict come up here and write his own fucking newspaper and get paid and then tour the world off of the fucking benefits of his newspaper. And we use his name every time. We fucking named our airport after him.
Yo, I will never call the airport that. I'm sorry. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how much money we spent on it. That's the most ridiculous. We didn't solve the racist issue by
we didn't.
renaming the freaking
But it
airport.
was
How
the
much
county,
money we spent
the
on that?
Monroe County, but who
asked
did it?
Monroe County.
Who did it though?
I asked them how much
Who
they spent
did
on it.
Who did it?
I asked them how much did they spend on it.
Yes.
Redoing all of that. They would not answer me.
Who did it though,
that's-
Jose?
oh my
That's
God.
who did it? Jose.
Jose.
Who did it?
I'm not naming that.
Oh,
name.
you're not naming names?
No, I'm not
Okay,
naming that
I'm
name.
gonna name the
He
name.
was a swimmer. That
Oh
was it.
yes,
He was
he's
a
a swimmer.
swimmer.
Right, he did it. He did it, and it's that
And he
same.
stole my idea, Sherlock Beach.
Yo, you're
I'm
right.
so angry about
right,
it.
right. But that's it. But again, it goes to show that side, they
Give me
pick
hype.
and choose what they
Give me
want to
hype up.
use, from black people to
And
kind of
Latin-
use
and
Latinos,
Latinos.
right? Of course, people of color. They want to use this to their advantage. They want to use that shit, but not understanding why the fuck these people matter. If he really knew that Frederick Douglass himself was a
Republican?
staunch
Hardcore.
Republican,
Hardcore Republican.
he was like, yo, this is the only country on the planet
Right.
that I believe black people can prosper. Right. So I think
Was he the
again,
bootstraps guy?
no.
But,
That was Booker T. Washington. Booker
Okay,
T.
okay.
Washington was like, yo, I mean, yeah, Frederick Douglass did that, but shit, motherfuckers, I built the school by my hands with my own bricks.
Didn't he invent the peanut too?
No, that was George Washington Carver. Right. But what I'm saying though, if the city knew, and even down to women's rights issues, the women's right fucking argument started here. The women of Rochester has always been hard as fuck. Like, yo, our people in the city don't give a fuck about what's going on in the world or even in the country. We create our own world here in the city, and now we got these transplants that came. A lot of these fucking Southern black motherfuckers that migrated up here with the Great Migration, came up here, tried to change the way shit was done, try to be fucking victims. You know what I mean? They always want to talk about their parents being sharecroppers and all this other bullshit. Know your history.
Black rednecks.
Yes, know your fucking history. Exactly.
To be fair, it was Seneca Falls that women's rights started in.
Susan B. Anthony was in this. Susan B. Anthony was in
She's buried
Rochester
here.
Just
all
She's
the
buried
time.
here. That's all that matters.
All the time.
Yep.
We need to. I think
1848.
if we found a way to get back into our roots and maybe go
Know
into
your
some
history.
fucking isolation. Like, yo, fuck the country. Fuck what's going on in the country.
It was 1848, just in Seneca Falls, first women's rights.
Whatever the date was, right? We need to get back to our roots in this city. Stop watching CNN. Stop watching the shit that's going on in Washington and in whatever the state. We have the
You mean this
power.
entire podcast?
Yes.
Also,
but we
no
have-
one invented the peanut.
We have power.
No one
We
caught
have
that?
power.
No one wanted
we-
to catch that.
We
Oh,
have
I
the
do want a Jimmy
ability
Carter
to take
reference.
control of our fucking
Jimmy
city
Carter.
if we want to. We do. We do.
You know what's weird, and what I've seen just from talking to a select few people, it almost feels like we have a sense of like misplaced pride in Rochester in the murder rate, right?
No, we
Yeah.
took it over. Like, what do you call
Have
it when
you-
you take over another person's heritage?
Appropriated.
Yeah, we appropriated the pride.
Yeah, well.
Others
Of-
were born into it.
Of the fact that we kill the most people per
Stop.
capita.
No,
No, that's what I'm
women's
saying.
suffrage. I mean,
No, I'm saying that though. Like, have you seen that? Because I've seen it. It's like, oh yeah, we killed, and it's not like the people that are living in Rochester. It's like the outskirts. It's like, oh, killed another one. Like, how fucking ridiculous is that?
but they will still bring up. Literally, this just happened probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where they stated, I'm saying they because that's their chosen pronouns.
They're them.
Dude,
That
Lima bean self.
yeah, that
That's right.
people are literally walking down a street getting slaughtered by police officers,
yeah, that's what they're pumping.
or they're afraid of that.
Mhm.
And I'm looking at them saying, what city do you live in where you think that police officers are
They
the
don't think
issue?
that. They know that. They know that's not true. But they're
That-
pumping
Propaganda,
the propaganda.
bro. It's
That's
propaganda.
yes.
Exactly.
what is worse than propaganda? Because this is
It's dangerous. It's dangerous
Yes.
to our
Exactly.
city
Yes.
what they're doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
because there's people that actually fall in line with that. Less
Because
now
they're not
more
free
than ever.
thinker, right?
But
They're not.
No.
Because it's
but
definition
again,
of propaganda.
like I said before, if you don't know where you came from, I do believe, I truly believe this. If you don't know what your ancestors went through, if you don't know what your own family members went through during those times where it was, whenever it was the highest point of any type of segregated or racial and I'm talking about every race, black, white, Puerto Rican, Italian, like every culture has a moment in time when they
I'm
came
guessing
to
you're
this
Italian.
fucking country.
All right.
When they came to this country, some bullshit went down
Yeah.
with the people within that community.
Yeah.
Because just like anything, like, oh, these fuckers come in and take our jobs.
just
And,
like if Americans went to Mexico and decided to live there.
You think you about fuck? You think in Mexico I'm gonna live prosperously in fucking Mexico? Hell no.
without going through the legal process,
oh my god.
without having ID, can you vote?
fuck
Do you expect to be able to vote in Mexico?
no, fuck that.
What if you go to Canada?
bro,
Do you expect to vote in Canada elections
bro.
if you just walk up there
I'm-
and said, "I live here now, so why can't I vote here?" Do you expect that?
well, no.
Right?
course
Okay,
not,
is that common sense? Is that common sense, Dan?
I mean, Justin Trudeau would say
Tommy Trudeau.
Well, I believe that I should respect you, and you're a human creature.
That's pretty accurate. the way
Castro's
he
my
sounds.
daddy.
That's
Castro's
right.
my daddy.
Castro's my daddy.
I mean, I
Well-
can't even hit the allegedly button because
But
like
what I'm saying,
Yeah, I was gonna say, it
now,
might have been
this
actually
is
true.
But bro, this is 2022. I'm talking about 1870, bro, or 1860, whatever. When Frederick Douglass came to this bitch, this motherfucker had free range to do whatever he wanted to do. He could own land, which he did,
But Nathaniel Rochester was a racist and
but he was a
owned-
racist, right?
owned slaves.
Owned slaves, right? He
We should change the name of the city.
Yeah, he owned property, started his own fucking newspaper, and was banging any white woman he wanted to, because he did. Frederick Douglass was a pimp player, and he was getting them. And he befriended Susan B. Anthony, which was a white woman that everybody claimed was a racist, which she wasn't.
Nope.
So until it's hard for us to kind of go back and trying to trace our roots, because there's a lot of, like I said, Southern transplants that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You know what I mean? Until we find out that, we are a different city than anybody else in this motherfucking country, and we've always been that way. Like, you can come to Rochester.
Like AT&T came here to try and see what we're all about.
We gets it in this motherfucking country. We've produced and contributed to the American history on all levels. So stop
on very high levels.
high
Not
levels,
just
bro.
all levels, but on every level, highly.
Talk to him, Jose.
Kodak, Xerox, high levels.
Have a sense of pride of your city.
All the General Motors,
Mhm.
right? That
General Motors have been here for a while.
Mhm.
when we were growing up, right? All our,
Koch
everyone's
brothers even
parents-
invested here.
Yeah.
It's sad. That's why we're passionate. I think at the end of the day, right? We
Mhm.
Well,
grew up here. Our
we know.
families are from here. We go
We
deep,
expect better.
right?
Mm.
And so we're not packing up and we're not leaving, right? Let's go to Florida. Let's go to Tennessee, wherever, right? We're still here. We're still trying to make a difference and bring things to light.
The dopest shit. The dopest shit, I think we probably have one of the only cemeteries in the country where it's a fucking tourist attraction. My brother is buried on the same strip as Bausch Lam, the fucking Sibley's guy who created Western Union, Sibley's building. Like, that's just one strip. That's one strip. There's
He's in royalty land.
royalty, bro. I go out there, I'm like, yo, my brother got a nice little plot. Like, shit, I'm about to get cremated and get buried on the same street.
Is that what you want when you die?
Oh, fuck yeah.
You want to be cremated?
Cremate. I mean, I don't fucking matters with like.
Yeah, right.
I'm not like
I'll be dead.
Chris Rock. Be like, oh, you can. There's an invention where you can just, exhume a
wanna be-
body and now you get put some, life back in you. No,
What the
bro, just burn
fuck?
me up. I'm
you,
done.
You don't want to be that guy that they like put into a certain position, and then like when it goes to the funeral, has to see you like with a mic on and a mic or a mic on, headphones on with a mic in your mouth.
Nah, man.
I feel like that's a Latino thing.
I don't give a
No, my
shit.
brother told me he wanted to be present at his own like funeral. He was like, "Yo, I don't want to die all the way, so like let me be half dead so I can see." What's coming." I was like, "That's not the most selfish shit I've ever seen in my life."
Well, when can you not be selfish if it wasn't your funeral?
I mean, I guess.
I
Your
don't know.
bir-
I
your
say I want a
birthday.
big party. Every time my 401k would go up, I'd tell my brother, just, or you can add a band now or.
My wife,
It's
my
a lobster tail that party.
Yeah.
Don't skimp.
there you go. My wife
We're going
knows
out
we're not. There will be no crying. There will be no solemn.
Oh, we party,
There will
huh?
be. Oh, it will be a celebration of life.
Yeah.
Right.
It will
Yeah.
be a celebration, and I want, if anything, if they're gonna cremate me, whatever the cheapest freaking way possible is
Mhm.
to put me into a pot where you can grow a freaking tree with some limes that grow off a tree, a lime tree, and then you make freaking or lemon tree and make lemonades out of me.
Man, don't
Fuck
see
no.
now. Why
Why not? Why would you not want to
No,
make
but-
lemonades out of Jose Pio?
I want to go up in a firework. Pack me up.
But
I want to die in a volcano. Like that part, I want to dive into a volcano off of a helicopter or
But
plane.
isn't that dope though? That's
I
like
got it all planned out. It's all planned
that's
out.
that's what separates Louisiana from everybody else.
Now
right?
now I have it on air. Like
But-
you have to do it this way, Edna.
But that's what makes
It's not a
Louisiana
legal-abiding country.
great, right? Because that culture that's been down there for fucking decades, bro.
Mhm.
They celebrate when somebody dies. Fuck, like there's nothing wrong. Like what is Rochester's culture or heritage outside of the garbage plate.
Or our brand. What is our brand name? I think that's the problem, is that we forgot who we are.
We
as a
forgot we were
brand.
fucking money makers. We forgot we were
Not just
fucking
moneymakers.
trendsetters.
We celebrated. Is that noise?
Excuse you. Our brand is Waggles.
Stop it right now. We haven't seen any of the comments the entire time. I feel bad. I'm so sorry for everyone that
This is
was
a great
commenting.
show.
in.
We talking.
It was. I feel like as though our podcast doesn't actually start until 9 p.m. because that's when I'm like trying to wrap it up, and then it always.
That's when the Remy's in the system.
Ain't no telling what like. But Aisha is, man, she is
Aisha, what up,
kicking
Aisha?
ass out there. If you want to talk about
She
Frederick
is
Douglass,
Rochester.
We always talk about Freddie.
have I seen him?
And he was the first.
Booker T is the man. Booker T. Washington,
Booker T
the
was
wrestler?
yes, Booker T was the man.
five time.
And
You got to screenshot that shit. You're
And-
right, Lavelle.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
that's
Mary
what I was
Kay
right
is
about.
Mary Kay is
That
not.
was
She's incorrect.
she's right. Mary Kay is correct. Yo, let's again.
Jen Ardone is coming on soon.
We have in this city the first ever
Wait,
black
right there, wait,
male
right there.
that was a former slave. I don't even know how many slaves were put on a pedestal. Period. Right? Like, again, to be able to do that in the fucking 1800s is unheard of, people.
Remember the first
Stop
president?
being a fucking victim.
The first president of the United States was a black man.
Yo, everybody supported him. Even white folks was like, hey, I mean, you know, fuck. If he wins, he wins. He's fucking better than McCain. McCain died 2 weeks ago.
No, our first president.
Oh, the first president. I'm talking about the first black president. I'm
No.
sorry.
G-Dub.
No, not G-Dub.
He's my favorite.
Okay.
G-Dub was cool, though. He was cool.
You know why he was cool to me?
G-Dub was cool. Not that G-Dub.
Which one? George Wallace?
G.W. Bush.
Y'all don't know who George Wallace is.
Oh, George Wallace. Who is George Wallace?
Segregation forever.
Oh, that guy.
Jeez. Where is this? Where do
Was he from
where do I separate-
Kentucky?
I probably he's a governor somewhere.
Yeah, no.
Alabama. Maybe?
Oh no, because I watched.
God,
No, I'm gonna be.
fucking damn.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I watched one guy who I think he was from Kentucky. I don't know if that was his name, and he had a conversation with the former football player Jim Brown, and they were talking about because back then they were talking about segregation and racism openly, like, and they were doing it in a much more respectful way than we are now. But he gave a really good argument on segregation that like it made sense, and he was.
Are we gonna start a whole nother conversation here?
No, not really. But the thing was, going into the conversation, I was expecting him to be like an overt racist, and he wasn't. He actually wasn't at all. Like, he actually gave some real good arguments.
He's probably talking about what the liberals are talking about today, where we can do it ourselves.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Right.
Pretty much. But
Like Black Wall Street.
yes, but
Yeah.
But again, like the Jim Brown was losing the argument because he was more talking about emotion and feeling and just
Well, he's an athlete, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, that was a setup too because
Yeah.
we had a lot more intellectuals than what was going on. Like, I don't know when that shit happened.
Yeah, but I
when
don't
that
want to
shit
hear
changed.
from. I don't want to hear from intellectuals. I want to hear from people like Dan.
No, Dan. No, listen, Dan be holding back though, bro.
I know he do. He be tired by the time he gets on the show.
right?
You be seeing him.
Dan got
yawn
them
and shit.
babies be holding them, keeping up at like 3 a.m. and shit.
Right. He'd rather talk about
Diaper changes.
Amish women, not even women, young girls.
It's no, I said Amish boys are strapping young lads.
That's not all you said. Oh, the reason I wore this jersey was why?
Because you're gay.
Oh, because Marshawn Lynch got pulled over and wasn't
No.
trying to get out the car and
No.
saying fucking.
He
That was
hate-
funny.
That was funny.
That was not
Bitch.
funny. They yanked him out that car.
That was typical Marshawn Lynch
Yeah,
getting
but
pulled over for
You're
DUI.
fucking stupid to put yourself in that
Yeah.
position.
You're that rich. Why would a driver not be the first person you hire? Honestly,
Just catch a Uber.
Uber?
excuse me.
damn.
I mean, to be fair,
You
he,
all
wasn't,
right?
Yeah, I'm good.
The microphone got drunk off of that one.
Yeah.
he wasn't driving. He was just chilling.
He was just chilling.
He's like, what did he say? I'm saying though. Like
He got yanked out of Lambo.
like
I swear-
what I do though?
He's turning
What
into
I do?
Lil Wayne. He's like morphing into Lil Wayne.
Yo, he can. Marshawn Lynch can do. They gave him so many chances. They were
did.
trying
Yeah,
to
to
fucking
not.
not make this a situation
Yeah.
because they knew.
Well, if you were a cop, you would. People were trying to say they give certain people like a little more leeway than others.
Yeah, it's Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, would you not give the great
I'm giving
2-4?
Marshawn Lynch all. I'm like, yo, listen,
Right.
hold on, time
Look,
out.
dude.
Let me help you out, bro. I'm
Let
gonna
me
call you
turn
Uber.
this off real quick.
I'm gonna call you Uber. Listen, I'm gonna give you my number. You call me when you wake up in the morning because I
Did
got
you-
your motherfucking car,
But
and you gonna pay me, motherfucker, when you call me.
how would
Trust
you?
me.
How would you get that car? It was missing a wheel, bro.
I'm gonna call a tow truck, tow
was
that
missing
shit
a
to
wheel?
my crib, and Marshawn Lynch is
Did I
gonna
not see the
remember
entire
me
video?
when he calls me in the morning. If you want your car, I'm gonna text you. I'm like, yo, give me your phone number. I'm gonna text you my
No,
number.
you drive him home.
Listen, I'm gonna call him Uber. I'm gonna text you my number,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm gonna say, call me if you want your car. Call me in the morning if you want your car. When you call me, I'm gonna tell you everything that happened. And then when I tell you everything that happened, motherfucker, I want season
Let me see
tickets,
this.
bitch.
Right. To what?
Season
doesn't even
tickets.
play.
Fuck that. I want season tickets to every Raiders game.
That front wheel.
He was missing
Yo,
a
he was
wheel.
missing. He was a judge. He was a judge that night. He was judge that night. Judge Estacio.
He drove like
He was-
300 yards.
Yo, he was fucked up.
Which
Yeah.
car? Which car was that one?
Some Mustang or something, right?
Oh, not even a Lambo.
No.
Yo, my man is very frugal with his bread.
Remember
You
he-
say
he-
my man like he's your friend.
I fucks with Marshawn Lynch, yo. He's
Look at that. She's
You?
pouring more wine just because
Yes.
of you.
Nobody fucks with Marshawn Lynch like I do.
Yo, he was He
It's
was
okay. He gets
his
to
name
fuck
is
you
on
now.
my back.
He gets to fuck you now.
he was probably one of the
No.
most
That's what it is.
he was
That's
probably the
what
most
that means.
realest character
know.
in NFL history
Exactly.
because he spoke his mind. He really didn't give a fuck. And
And he escaped the DWI in Buffalo by coming to Seattle.
yes, by crashing cars.
Is he only
Wait,
here?
no, was he in Rochester when that shit happened?
Yeah, I know, not Rochester. No, he was in
No,
Buffalo, I'm
okay,
pretty sure.
because there was someone
training camp.
during training camp, someone got
He
in
ran
trouble.
somebody over.
Did you say tranny camp?
See how quickly he wakes up when it comes to like
Yes.
ridiculous topics, where he can add in like some stupid freaking beard comment into everything.
Yeah, because I don't
Dude, we got
actually
big
care.
shit going on here in the
Right.
city.
Yeah,
we got real
man.
problems.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't live here. I did.
Yo,
I
you
did-
you skedaddle
I
out this
did my
motherfucker.
time.
You did your time, man. You
Oh, you're
ain't-
not allowed to walk on. What was it? Dewey Avenue? Where'd you?
Yo, you was in the trap though. You was in like whoo-wee.
Shit. Yeah.
Between there, Electric Avenue, fucking
yeah.
That's where I
McGee.
grew up. I mean, I'm at 10th Ward. I went to Marshall.
Yeah, but it's
Yo,
not.
listen.
It's not the
So
same.
did LaRon.
Yeah,
LaRon was in
Juris,
Marshall.
go Juris.
That's another one. I was like, oh,
87,
you
he
went to
was
Marshall,
98.
and Marshall wasn't clean cut during that time.
Oh,
Marshall
no.
was Marshall
It
during
was,
that
I
time.
said I did 6 years of hard time.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
damn.
Motherfuckers never like, oh, you go to Marshall? Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
She said
motherfucker.
6 years of hard time.
Fuck that. I was
But I wouldn't
catching the
trade
bus
it,
around
right?
the
I mean, I never went to college. Did like a year MCC.
That's probably the best
Yeah,
decision you ever
smart-
made.
Smart
Right.
choice.
Fuck
Oh.
college, man.
I just
college
went and
is
worked.
bullshit.
Proved myself.
My poor kids, they're so brainwashed. They're all going.
You couldn't man
But
up
I
and
did
Yo,
pretty
my-
good on
my-
a job.
my-
force them. You
my-
couldn't force it into them.
No, I couldn't, man. Like,
Yeah.
yo, listen, the indoctrination is real, bro. The influence of the male father is fucking like to be able to break through that shit is hard as hell.
You gotta be like Andrew Tate.
My baby had a full ride scholarship to Lemoyne, and she chose to spend 80 grand to Hofstra. I'm like, oh,
I'm sorry, what?
okay. Yeah,
You allowed that?
She dumb.
bro. The indoctrination is real.
No. The
The indoctrination
is
is
she
real,
living
bro.
under your roof?
Nope, not no more.
Oh,
The
that's why.
indoctrination is real.
Yep.
Yep. Chose 80,000 over a full
Took
ride.
a school loan or
Oh, the fucking the bill. The bill is
where's it going?
the bill is going to come. It's going to come this way eventually.
To you?
I was told the first year, whatever, it's all covered. But I know that what's being set up now, it's going to take care of that. It's real, bro. It's real. It is real.
It'd be real short lived.
The only thing that I am
Gotta do
I am
MCC
hopeful
plus.
for, the only thing I'm hopeful for is that the career path that she chose, which is within business analytics, when you kind of get exposed to that entrepreneurial, ideology, you hope that you know what I mean, she can kind of like, this is bullshit. I can do this on my own. But she's a dancer too, so who knows? I wish her the best of luck though. I really do. But yeah.
I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, like I said, I'm like this. This is my thought process on that. This is the fucking choice that you made as well. If you want to do this and you feel strongly about this shit and you feel as though that you want to pursue this, fuck, hey, I don't give a fuck. You better figure out whatever type of loan or grant you can get, motherfucker.
Can I tell you something though?
No.
Kids are fucking stupid.
Yes, I know, Dan. Gosh, Dan. And you,
how much leeway do you give? How much leeway?
Listen.
How much leeway would you give to a daughter,
bro? You got time. You better be on every fucking anything that you see that could be any form of indoctrination to your child.
I almost put my fucking foot through the TV when Peppa Pig came out the other day. God damn.
Hold the line, Dan.
Yeah. Yo, America only.
I don't even know what that is.
Fuck me over. Elmo fucked me over. Fucking
when you were
Bubble
watching
Guppies.
Yo, I just had the most
Dora the Explorer, that bitch. She fucked me over. Everybody fucked me over.
Distinct image of Lavelle and Elmo in a bedroom setting.
Bro, we watched it religiously. I was like, I was the dad. I was the stay-at-home dad. We had a routine, bro. We would take our nap when mom would go like, all right, boo, we got it. We good. Elmo's on. Let's get it.
Should have been watching fucking SEAL Team 6 or something.
Oh, man. I wish.
Got my daughters on all that.
I wish.
Watching the Terminal List.
Bro, you better counter it because it's going to be worse when they get to 6, 7, first grade. Oh, you're going to be like, what the fuck are you bringing home today?
We're going to be up in Alaska. I'm going to be homesteading that shit.
Homeschool. Homeschooling has went up, though.
I'm already there.
Homeschooling went up.
Yeah, schools in America all across the country just lost a shit ton of freaking students.
Well, you know what that means? Shit ton of money.
Yeah, that's what it is.
No, because they're still getting their city taxes.
Yeah, but
somewhere along the line, it's gonna get.
It won't, because you still pay for city school.
I do.
I still pay for city school, even though my son goes to private school.
It's per person. Yeah. It's per child.
They need what doesn't matter.
They need is they still get it. You still pay it.
No.
Your property taxes still pay it.
It's like snow days, right? I don't know, Dan. You're the expert in this.
Well, so they need a
expert in what?
They need a certain amount of
school
smart
guy.
kids, and they need a certain amount of tards, as you will.
That is another story though. Hold on. That is another story because I spoke to an educator. One time.
I'm kidding.
No, you're not. You're dead serious because they will find a way
to cancel the podcast.
Parents,
I love being canceled.
Parents and teachers will try and find a way to make a kid special ed for that reason.
Yeah. No, so like the kids in the middle ground get left behind because you're either accelerated or you're special needs. There is no middle ground. There's no money in middle ground. There is no there's nothing in middle ground. So you need the accelerated, right? And that's like 10%. And then you have special needs, which is 80%. Which is absurd because not every kid is smart, right?
Right.
And not every kid is dumb as a box of rocks. So what are you going to do with the kids that are in there, with the kids that are throwing their shit against the wall?
Right.
Because there are those kids. Like, let's not joke here. Like, that is no joke. Like, you got a kid that's a little phallic, whatever.
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't getting smart until my 30s. No, you're right.
And I don't want him in my kids' class because I don't think it's going to be my kids. And it's distracting. And as a teacher, you play to the lowest common denominator. You have to. You have to. Damn. You can't teach this myth that you teach to a bar and the kids rise to it is bullshit. Especially now because like Common Core and shit. So
preach. So that Dan be holding on to them dimes.
He be waiting until 9:25.
I know,
I swear to God, the time is always 9:25 before everything starts, and then it's like, oh, Dan wakes up.
It's because I love the B Morning Coffee Show. with Chris Conway. He's just a spark plug.
Spark plug.
That's the way it is, though, man. You're spot on, bro. And it's only gonna get worse.
Well, isn't
Oh,
it
yeah.
life?
What do you mean?
Like, there's always the 5% that does really well.
Yeah, but I'm
And
not
then
forced to be in a room with them.
Right, but in New York, there's 5% that does super well, like in general in life.
Yeah.
And then you got at this point, I have no idea how much it
Bottom
is.
20%.
50% at this point that are doing shitty, and then at that point, 70% in the middle are just getting bent over.
What you need.
Are we not getting bent over? I feel like everyone
feel
in
like
here is
I
at
think-
70%.
I do think overall, like, we do need certain type of people to be in these positions, right? Because in order for, because everybody can't be wealthy, right? Everybody can't be smart, and not saying that they can't if they don't choose to be.
What's the definition of wealthy?
Well, so
and what's the definition of smart?
Right. That's what I'm getting to. Smart in a sense to where they are educated in a way to
Common sense.
common sense. Right. Exactly.
Well, and wealthy in the sense that, like, if you live in America, you're wealthy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Well,
You have
that's the
friends,
question.
You
Wealthy-
have family. That's wealth.
Well, and also, like, you're making $18,000 a year, you can still live all right.
No,
Mhm.
wealthy is you have electricity.
Yeah, and water.
That's literally what
Yeah.
wealthy is. You have
You're right.
electricity and
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
water. You
Yeah.
are wealthier than
Mhm.
68% of the
No,
entire
that's why
world.
I'm- America's
try
fucking dope.
95.
Okay, I'm really bad with numbers, I guess.
Yeah, I guess you're one of
There's
the
no
bad
way
ones.
it's 95.
It is.
No possible way.
Fuck, where else you going?
Because the average income, if you were to make more than $36,000 per year, you are in the top 5% of the world.
They're right, 95%.
Right. But if you make $25,000, you still have running water.
So you're in the 94th percentile.
Shut up.
But you got to be living by yourself.
1%. Look at this. You getting me over 1%.
No one's giving you 1%. It's the fact that India and China make up the entire fucking universe.
I don't count China.
How do you not count China?
Because China don't make
Literally everything
the
in here is
people of
made by
China don't
China.
make
There's
their own
not a thing
decisions.
in here that's not made by China. I guarantee it. Let me see.
That's why I hate the studio.
Shut up. You don't hate this fucking idiot.
Don't let Tom hear you.
Am I upside down here?
Tom here's
We're
me.
going
Tom-
on
No, this is made in
location.
USA. Tom knows how to buy.
Dan, we're
Yeah.
gonna go to the backyard next time.
Well, geez, I don't know what that means.
She wants us to go into her pool.
Yo,
Not
we
the
got it.
pool.
We
She's
have to
been
have a
asking
show.
us to
do a
No,
pool
we
episode.
have to have a show there,
She
bro.
acts like we're not gonna go right in the pool.
Yo,
You're
yo,
not
why
supposed-
would we
'cause
go-
It's cold. The pool's
Why
cold.
would we do an
I'm-
episode in your
I'm
backyard,
willing to
not
t-
in the pool?
bro?
for the
I
backdrop.
don't give a
Fuck the
fuck
backdrop.
what
In the
part of the country you live. In the city of Rochester, in your fucking backyard is like literally compared to like a paradise view. In a sense, like in your backyard, you can literally just go out, have a fucking cup of coffee, and be like, yo, I am repressing whatever the fuck is going on. I don't give a fuck. I am chilling. I am living free. Fuck you and whatever the fuck. If I were you, I would love my country because you damn sure can't have that in nowhere else and enjoy it and be fucking safe and secure. No.
No, Lavelle, would you call that white privilege?
Fuck no. Yo, because I know there's a couple blocks up the street where it gets real serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no one would
I call
ever
it
know.
ghetto waterfront.
Yes, you did. I was like, ghetto water. I'm like, shit, this is paradise. Fuck that.
I have the most beautiful park in my backyard.
Yes.
It is the most beautiful park in the entire city. No one knows about it, which I'm actually pretty proud of.
Well, I was supposed to come over and have a drink
hell
that
was
day,
that?
but I was, I was on my way.
Yeah, he wasn't. On
I was
his way.
working.
He's
No,
not.
I was working that night.
Yeah, he wasn't working.
I was
that
like,
day.
no, I was definitely
No,
working
you were
that
you're
night.
trying to pay off your daughter's tuition because you chose not to allow her to go to a school that you did not
Don't-
approve of.
bro.
Man up, Andrew Tate.
Yo, fuck off.
I'm relying on faith and just the old knowing that like I am relying on the Thanos line where he's like, you couldn't deal with your own failure. So you come,
Damn, way
where'd
to
you
go deep
come?
with it?
Where'd you go? Right back to me.
Where did you come from?
Where'd you go?
Would have been the correct.
Right. Where'd you go?
Catman Joe?
Right back to
Cotton
me.
Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, I have
But-
no idea. I don't listen to that
Jesus,
shit.
your
But,
website's gotta
but the
come out
reason
with-
why in the district that you do run, it is the most beautiful district in the city.
Say it again.
It is the most.
We
beautiful
need
district.
garbage cans on Lake Avenue.
Fuck yeah, we've needed them for 20 years.
Who's we?
But other than that,
Who
it
the
is
hell is
beautiful.
we?
But if anybody that's listening, anybody that's watching, go down to turning
Do
point.
not say it out loud.
Turning
Do
point.
not say it out loud.
Make
Do
sure
not
you,
say it out loud.
Make sure you throw away your garbage.
In a fucking
But take
garbage
out-
can.
Yes.
Well, if
Throw your
there's
garbage.
but along Lake Avenue, we got.
Yeah, but I don't want to be inconvenienced.
Yo,
to throw
the
out my
Turning
garbage.
Point Trail is fucking
damn it.
dope.
Yeah.
It is dope.
You
You
can
see
walk
this?
all the way to the beach,
Yes.
You can walk from the beach
to downtown.
to downtown
Mhm. And if you want
without stopping.
and when you die and you're gonna get buried, chances are you're gonna go to Riverside because Mount Hope is packed. But it is a very peaceful area. It is very peaceful along Lake Avenue.
So let me tell you something I'm working on. This is something I'm pushing for. I want to be able to walk from the beach to RIT without ever stopping. Meaning, no crosswalks, no sidewalks, no red lights, no nothing. I want to be able to walk or bike or scooter from the beach to RIT without ever stopping.
That's very ambitious.
My man said scooter.
Scooter.
I have electric scooter.
Scooter all the way.
That's
I'm
gay.
scooter gang. I'm scooter gang all day.
That's gay. This the word scooter is gay.
Yo,
I'm
you
on
get
a
mad all you
scooter.
want. I'm
Just picture it. Close your eyes and picture it. You and
Super
La-
gay. I'm on my scooter.
I
You and
just saw a
Annabella.
little special scooter on Lake Avenue coming here. Right
There's always one guy on the sitting guy.
This was a whole brand new one.
Was he
I-
sitting?
I don't know. It was two-wheel, a three or a trike.
Uh-huh.
Some bad
Not in the road, on the sidewalk.
on the sidewalk.
Yeah, the guy. He's all over. He's
That's
all
a
over
good
Charlotte.
idea, man. That's a good idea.
I'm telling you
not-
because you know what it is. It just hits on so many different levels. You got the bicyclists that really care about that stuff.
This guy
They
was
do.
motoring though on the sidewalk. Like he,
That's a danger. We should call the police.
There's a certain level where I just don't call. Like I have people on my street that do ATV riding and dirt bike riding. They're in the side streets. They're not going on the main streets. I don't call the cops on that kind of stuff.
well, we have. I don't know
What
if
was
you've
that?
noticed yet.
You just like fell on top of everything.
Almost did.
We
Almost.
have you seen Spider-Man yet?
Fuck Spider-Man.
Whoa,
Fuck
whoa.
Spider-Man. Fuck
Show's
Spider-Man. Fuck
over.
Spider-Man.
He's hating on Marvel.
I hate Spider-Man.
No, I'm talking
So-
about literally walking down our street.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
You've seen the guy walk?
I hate Spider-Man. I refuse to watch a Spider-Man movie.
I'm not the
Because of
Spider-Man
him?
movie.
No,
Have you-
because of a freaking guy shooting freaking kumquats all over the freaking city.
Kumquats? Oh my god, that is
He's
blasphemous.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No, you're
no.
God.
wait a minute.
Come squats.
He okay. Depends on which version of Spider-Man we're talking about. But
Obviously.
he literally creates his own webs.
Jose,
His
he has
own
web
what?
cartridges.
No.
His
okay?
own what?
It's not. He doesn't make it out of cum either.
Jose,
How does a spider
You fucking
procreate?
lunatic.
How does a spider procreate right now? Tell
We're
me
not-
how.
We're talking about Spider-Man.
How does a spider? How
not
does
a
a spider
that's in your
procreate?
basement right now? Jose.
How does it procreate?
I don't know.
Right? See, there you go.
Black widows eat their mate.
How does a spider procreate?
Are you implying it's with their webs?
It's not that.
That's exactly how.
you totally
Guaranteed.
missed it though. Have you seen the guy on Stone Road? That's what I'm talking about.
I've seen many people on Stone Road. What are you
He's
trying-
dressed in a Spider-Man outfit. Like twice I've seen him now.
Whereabouts?
Wow.
By Dewey and Stone.
Oh, he's
fuck
copying off of my man
Stonewood.
Spider Cuz on
Stone-
Instagram.
He's walking in the full, those like completely cover you over onesie things.
Does he have a
Totally
Oh, he's
walking
copying
down
my man
like
Spider
nothing.
Cuz.
Walking
There's
down-
only one Spider Cuz, and he's on Instagram. If you listen,
What he's
look up my man Spider Cuz. He's the most hilarious character you're gonna see on
There's
the
way
internet.
too many
I'm
kumquats
not
in the
looking
city.
up any more of your stuff because now I got that.
You got a
guy
virus?
that
Awesome
Bayou
had-
guy
You wanna say-
shows up in my,
My man,
shit
yo.
all the time.
Yes, my man. What's his name?
Shade Cracker.
Something cracker.
Put it on a cracker.
Put on a cracker. Yo, my man is hilarious. He be cooking everything, yo. My man, he got this season called the Cajun Two-Step.
Or some alligator.
While we
boy.
wait, we hydrate.
I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him.
He's hilarious,
He
man.
is funny.
He's what we need on the internets because he's free as hell. He's letting us
Bro.
know you can go
You
out.
just got so southern right there.
Oh, I am. So that is my roots.
That's what we need on the internet.
That is my roots, man. All my family
Bro.
migrated from the South, bro.
Oh, you're the black redneck.
Oh, it's
Oh,
seeded
I
out of your
wouldn't say that.
orifices.
Because the true black rednecks
Uh-huh.
are Republican.
No.
No, yes, they are. Oh, they are.
I don't think so.
They are, bro.
How do you
They are.
stop it?
Just push it again.
Just press again. Oh, okay.
They are, bro. I'm telling you, man. They are. My man be cooking
We're
gator meat.
We're stopping Austin from
raccoon,
getting late
bunny.
tonight.
He be cooking rabbit.
He doesn't want kids anyway.
Oh, let's introduce Austin's girlfriend to the.
No, you can't.
Are we gonna do that?
You can't.
You should bring her up. Bring up Austin's girlfriend.
Oh, no.
What do you mean?
No,
No.
She don't want no smoke. She don't want no part of that.
Bring her up right now.
No. Yeah, all right. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Good night,
All right, Austin,
everybody.
the ones twos. Oh, hold on. Where you going?
I turned your camera on because I'm a good friend.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Allegedly.
After researching more about the John Leguizamo concern about what's his name playing.
yeah. The Cuba
Yeah.
Fidel.
I kind of get it.
Get what?
I kind of get you're an actor. You're acting as if you are someone else.
Nah, bro.
No?
It's the same.
No. Let's see these two. Hold on. Look at the faces.
I don't give a fuck.
I'll say this comparison. All right, Moses, right? Even though I think Moses was a fictional character.
I'm sorry, what? Say it again?
Moses, the fictional character.
Yeah, that last part. You think he's a fictional character?
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, I think Moses is fictional.
You think Moses didn't separate the Red Sea?
No, absolutely didn't.
You think there wasn't 7 plagues?
No, I'm just talking about the Ten.
You think
Ten
the Lord-
Commandments.
6 at most.
6 at most?
I'm talking about the 10 Commandments, just like there are.
You didn't think he threw them down?
9 commandments.
Oh my gosh. All right. Continue.
But within the movie, the 10 Commandments,
which version?
the one they
Newest,
show on
60s
ABC
or
every fucking
The
Easter,
1960s. Gotcha. Go ahead.
which is so weird. Like, why do they show Moses on Easter on ABC every fucking year? Really?
Because what God finished was the law. That's exactly what God
That's why. But
brought
Moses,
his son here to
but
do. was
isn't
to
Moses
finish the law.
a Jewish deity?
The Jude law.
deity? No.
Get it?
Why would he be a deity?
Because he is someone that, someone told a story, said that existed and freed the Jewish people from bondage. And
That's historical.
is it?
He led the Israelites.
100% historical.
Is it?
Yes.
And he parted the Red Sea?
Yes.
The way he did in the movie?
Well,
big ol'
I'm just going off of the movie, which I've seen.
my belief is yes.
So let it be written.
What
so
I'm
let it be
saying
done.
is based
right?
on historical evidence. Yes.
That
That's
was
what he
probably the
did.
dopest part of the whole movie. So let it be written. So let it be done.
Right.
And the
The historical evidence didn't show
Euphrates
that the
River
sea was split.
turned to blood.
But
and
everything else,
then,
yes. Yes. yes,
and
that
then all of a
was
sudden
also
the evil
proven.
spirits seeped through the community and started to kill the youth and all that. All
no,
that
no,
shit
not
happened.
the youth, the firstborn.
Oh, the firstborn. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they were youth, right?
Hmm.
Young. Anyway, the guy that played
80-year-old
King Ramses, the guy that played King Ramses, 100% white guy.
That's 300.
No.
All right, continue.
I thought that was Jordan Peele.
No, Ramses. Ramses is the guy that
No,
was
that
the
was-
king in the 10th Commandments,
I
bro.
got the reference.
That was Get Out.
Same thing.
But the guy was white as hell. But what I'm telling you, there's nobody that could have played King Ramsey in 10 Commandments better than the guy that played him. Because I thought he was Egyptian
Okay.
even till this day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what
Okay.
the fuck's the difference? Let that shit rock now.
All right.
It's only Fidel Castro.
I'll tell you a little bit of difference. Scarface was a fucking terrible movie. That's why. That is why. It's a fucking terrible movie. Terrible acting. Terrible freaking.
That's okay. I already know that.
It was funny at the time. You know, it was a classic for the
It
time.
was.
That
Funny,
it was,
yes.
not funny, but it was
Comical.
appropriate
It was not
for
appropriate.
the time when it was released.
I
Yeah.
just kidding. He did a that's what made Al Pacino. Al Pacino. Was that
That's
was
what
that
made
before
Al Pacino.
Was that
Yes.
before Godfather?
No, Godfather
No?
was his first.
Oh, then he's like, yo, he did such a good
But
job.
nothing was better than Scent of a Woman. That's one of my favorite. That's top 5 favorite movies.
of Al Pacino's.
What are you looking at? Top 5 favorite. Austin,
It's you.
is he not a top 5 favorite movie? Scent of a Woman.
No, that's not in my top 5 favorite movies.
Now,
Have you
don't bring
watched it?
PCP on because PCP will break down
No, they're gonna break
fucking
down like,
movies. They
they're
will
gonna
break
have-
that shit down.
they're gonna have like freaking Tamagotchi #1.
Also, like, yo, I love watching my man Awesome. Like, what the fuck you talking about?
He goes from his show to our show
Yes,
immediately
real quick.
after. He's like,
I disagree.
yeah. Well, I'm not pop culture partisans.
You better get it right, bro.
That's right.
It sounds like when Triple H was before Triple H. He was what was he? Levesque.
Oh,
What was he?
Hunter Hearst
Hunter
Helmsley.
Hur- yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
bow
he
down
did
to
that.
you.
Yeah.
That's
That's
he
what you
was-
guys.
He was.
That's you guys. You guys are
super
Triple
good.
H and we are Triple H.
Dude, we're the
You're the
tutors,
pre-
straight up.
I have zero idea what that means. What is that?
God, she knew and he knew.
I don't think she knew. I think she just laughed.
That's fine. That's all.
Did she know? Did you know what that was?
You know what the tutors is, right?
No, she just laughed.
Fuck.
Did you actually know what it is?
I didn't. I just thought it sounded funny.
That's all right.
Nobody knew. Losers.
But
You know
this-
what? I'll take the approval though. I don't care. That's all. I
No, not
Yeah,
you strive for approval. Gotcha.
It sounded funny though,
That's right.
Well,
and I know that if
you know
Dan-
your
if
boys
you were
coming
allowed-
with me.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
got
I knew
me.
there was more behind it. I knew there was something to
God
it, so
damn.
that's why I laughed.
Yeah. Thank you.
speaking of somebody funny, not Doug funny.
Dude, shut up.
That's not very nice.
Dan's back in the building, y'all.
He's awake after
yeah,
9.
he's awake, right.
after 9.
I gave you last week off, you know?
Yeah, man, you
So
back,
double
though.
down.
That's right.
You gotta catch up. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
A lot of Mexican hot sauce.
Wait,
here.
what do they say? Who was that? Who's
Some
still
Mexican.
watching? Stale Cracker. That's his name. Yes, Stale Cracker. That is his name.
Who? What? What are you talking about?
That's the name of the guy we was talking about, the Louisiana guy who cooks everything
yeah.
from
Oh.
raccoon, squirrel, rabbit,
Who
stale
was that name?
cracker.
Who was the person that put that? Who was that person? James Robinson.
Yes. Everybody watches Stale
Do you know
Cracker.
James Robinson?
Put that on a cracker, dude.
Do you know James Robinson?
No, I don't.
Me neither. I appreciate James Robinson coming
Yes.
out here and freaking
Pay
putting that out there.
attention.
Thank you, James.
I thought
Thank
he
you,
was just
James.
slurring me.
Just Stale Cracker. You can put, and you know what's crazy? Ever since I
Speaking
watched
of
him,
Stale Cracker.
anything that I make, I'm gonna get some fucking crackers and put that on a cracker, dude.
Cracker dude.
Put that on a
Put it down
cracker,
a cracker
He
dude.
calls chickens yard pimps. And when I'm thinking about it, they are yard pimps. He like, yo, we making some yard pimps today. We about to cook some yard pimps and put them on a cracker, dude.
Thank you, James Robinson. We appreciate you. See,
And what's the alligator? What's he called? The alligator?
Oh, the cracker assistant. Thank you, cracker assistant. Yes, that's the cracker assistant. You always got a cracker assistant with a cracker.
it was a beer.
No, the cracker assistant holds the cracker. So he gets the cracker and put whatever on that cracker. And then he says, while we wait, we hydrating.
Look at these white boys over
Can
here.
you
They
get
don't
this
know.
guy on the? Can you get that guy? on?
Yo,
Stale Cracker?
Yeah. let's get
whatever
him on.
he's doing, again, it goes to show how fucking great this country is, right?
Right.
Because he's making a lot of money off of his seasonings, but he's also feeding his fucking community a lot of food, yo.
He doesn't mess around.
Yo, he don't mess around. He's making big ass shrimp boils, crawfish boils. I mean, po' boy sandwiches, and we feeding the community. That's what we do.
The onions.
The onions, the holy trinity. You got to give people like that just they're themselves. He's secure with what the fuck he does. He will go out there and wrestle fucking an alligator and cook that motherfucker for us all to experience. So
That's one of the stickers on his website.
I violate community guidelines.
I love that.
that's
I think
You
we need a road
have you
trip.
seen him yet?
We need to go
Oh,
find
you gotta
him.
look him up, bro.
Well, we need
He's
to get
hilarious.
Austin to convert his freaking camper into a road trip mobile
Yeah, I would love
with
to
the
go down
podcast.
there.
Now that we're the only ones that do it, there's no one else
Yo.
here. Literally, the only people that do podcasts anymore are right here.
Take this show on. In Rochester, though. Like, well, there are a couple.
No. In this
There's a
room,
couple.
the only people that actually use this room anymore are these two jabronis and these four jabronis.
That's racist.
Pretty sure jabronis is Italian.
Well, The Rock said
maybe.
it, so it's not racist. Okay.
Ah,
The Rock
We've-
is a mixed breed.
We've gone well past our time.
We did.
Just Tom is watching. He's like, "Oh, you guys are."
Tom's not watching this shit.
Tom don't watch shit.
He
What are you
watches
looking for?
sometimes. Maybe he'll catch us on the
fucking damn.
God fucking damn.
That's Austin right now. He's like, "Damn, I want to get back to my girlfriend."
I have no idea why I said God fucking damn, but I like that shit.
Yeah, but that's the best one.
I don't like it.
God fucking
You know
damn.
where I learned that shit from? Like just literally
Not
cursing.
God.
No, just cursing and just throwing it out there. My mama.
I don't know.
Driving with my mama as a kid, cursing people out. You stupid fuck. That's from my mama.
Well, we appreciate everyone having a great time tonight. As
Have
long as we
fun.
went we took this long, but it was appropriate
It's a good show.
because we had a great time.
Thanks to Elijah Craig.
So weird.
I'm just staring at you. That's all.
I can feel it.
Yeah,
Like
you felt it? I'm looking at his beard, like how hairy
the
it is.
Cajun glare.
That two, what is it called?
Cajun
two
two-step.
step. Yes.
Cajun
That-
two-step.
I
It's
know.
sold at
Two-step.
Walmart. It's sold out, and I'm gonna fucking buy some. I'm telling
You
you.
haven't bought it yet? You haven't even supported this man that
I
you've been
have
claiming?
not. I supported by getting them views on the.
That's
on
not
the,
good enough.
Facebook.
And he's so in my feed, and I fuck Lavelle every time. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
But
say that
you
again?
watch it
Did
though.
I-
You
did I hear
watch to
that
see what he's
appropriately?
cooking.
Fucking damn.
Well, yo, you remember?
Because he's sharing it, so now it's coming on my.
Well, you remember the old Louisiana cook that used to come on back in the WXXI, and I forgot his name, and he was from Louisiana. Old guy, red tie. Oh, what the fuck is his name?
Benjamin.
God damn it! Well, anyway,
Carmen
I'm-
San Diego.
no,
Oh.
that's not his name. No, not that either. He used to come on.
Booker T. Washington.
He used to come on WXXI all the time, and he used to have that Louisiana accent. He used to say on cayenne pepper, and he used to have that same
Cayenne.
fucking accent. But his food always looked amazing,
You're always
and that's why I always was like, people in Louisiana can cook some fucking food. I don't give a fuck if it was raccoon. If they cook it, I might try that shit
Right.
for real. He reminds me of him so much, and he's like the second coming of this guy, but he's just so raw. Like he will fucking dump whatever's in this fucking pot and just throw it. He's like, get that out of here.
John
Like-
Foles? No, that's not him.
He red tie, Louisiana WXXI cook. He had the longest running cooking show.
Kevin Belton?
What does he look like? Let me see. Because I don't remember his name.
I don't know. He's kind of white bread.
He was a white bread. Blue, he always had like a blue shirt, red suspenders, red
Damn, that's Martha Stewart.
bow tie.
We all Spuddies? No.
No.
Kevin Belton? We're all going at
No,
the
he
same
was
one.
a very well-known Louisiana cook.
Whoever finds this person, whoever finds who this person is who's listening right now,
I
We're-
feel like it's the cook from the Muppets.
we're getting shirts made anyways. I finally just decided we're just going to do it. I'm not waiting for your guy anymore.
Kevin Belton.
That's what?
Hey,
Yes,
he
that's
literally
him.
just said it, and I just said it.
No. I'm sorry. Justin Wilson. That's his name. Justin Wilson.
Well, you're not
Justin
getting a free
Wilson.
shirt.
No,
FYI.
that's him. Justin Wilson.
my
this
right,
guy.
my right ear is going out. I don't hear it no more.
That's your.
It's your cue to wrap this shit up.
Yeah, for real.
Yep.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Justin Wilson. That's the guy right there.
Yeah, that's him. Yep.
Oh, he is white bread.
Justin
God
Wilson.
damn.
Or he
okay,
does
You
have-
had to see this guy before. You
yeah.
had to
Red
see this guy
suspenders.
before. Yo, he was amazing,
Oh, I'm
and
back
he
in- oh,
always
no, I'm not.
he was more well known than Young Khan Cook. Y'all know who Young Khan Cook?
No, dude.
You motherfuckers see y'all
Nah,
had
dude.
cable. That's what it was. I didn't have cable, so I used to watch WXXI all
So did
the
I.
time.
So did I.
So do you know? You gotta know who Young Khan Cook was.
I don't
don't
watch
know
cooking
me?
episodes because
Then
I'm not a
you-
little
you
girl.
Then fuck, bro. You weren't bored. You weren't as
Wake
bored as
up,
me,
man. I don't go grocery
You weren't
shopping
as
and I'll
bored as
cook,
I was
alright?
back in the day.
God,
Fuck that.
Andrew Tate. I learned everything from Andrew Tate.
No. Get him, Austin.
Sense of a woman is the
Austin.
complete opposite of
Don't
what
let
you would
him off the
expect
hook,
to be.
Austin. Austin don't forget shit.
And there's gonna spit in your
He always gonna bring up old shit.
Yo, you said an hour and 35 minutes ago.
Yeah, nothing like a Democrat to contradict themselves.
Oh shit!
I can't even hear nothing no more. I'm out.
Yo, they
You know
coming
what?
at you today, Jose.
Don't forget Kanye.
That's right.
Word.
If you happen to see Kanye or John Leguizamo on your quest in the world, your adventures in this globe of water and land that we have that's called Earth, please let us know.
And donate, please, to the WXXI call-a-thon,
Donate.
and you will receive a free bonus.
Donate to the
A
what is
DVD.
the wait?
of-
A DVD of Austin and his OnlyFans.
I think we might just start putting pause on the word bonus. 'Cause you can't.
I was gonna say, there's definitely a bone in there. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Austin, hit that funky music.